listeners, and welcome to episode 274 of the Nigerian Football Weekly Podcast. Me host Olu. Okay, today is Monday, August 17th, and boy, do I have a bumper episode for your listening pleasure. Hope everyone had a great weekend, especially watching the champions of England dispatch our so-called next rivals for the Premier League in amazing fashion last night. 3-0, I may add. Obviously, I have to wear my champion jersey. Shout out to my killer Kai also for doing the job. Shout out to everybody on the live stream. I appreciate you guys all. And I just want to say a big thank you again for all the support as we go on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We'll soon reach 15,000. I think we're only about, let me just double check. 112 subscribers away from 15,000. So much appreciated, guys. Shout out to the community. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Aaron. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good evening or day. Shout out to Abimbola, always supporting. I appreciate you. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're well. Today, Premier League is back, guys. Premier League is back. It's time for me to gloat from now till May. But hope everyone's had a great day. Remember, you could join us as a member today. That's been much appreciated. Shout out to German Habib, one of our much appreciated community members. Hope you're doing well. As you can see today, I've got a bumper episode for everyone's listening pleasure. So, of course, apologies for not doing a review after the Nigeria-South Africa L. Honestly, I was too devastated and too busy with my day job. And I was just like, you know what? We'll do the aftermath on Monday and just talk about the chicken coming home to roost, about everything we've spoken about when it comes to the Nigerian national team and the Super Falcons or the Super Eagles or the useless NFF who continue to be useless. I hope you guys saw them say they are doing fact-finding mission. Gusau, Pinnick, God will never forgive you too. I swear to God. Shout out to Michelle. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great evening. Great to see you. I hope everyone's had a great weekend as well. Obviously, we had to get the fresh cut and say, you know what, we go again on Monday. So it's been a busy work day, but obviously we always have time for the podcast and making sure we do the live streams every Monday. So shout out to Timothy Shalama as well, another one of our esteemed community members. Say, yes, good, you saved your energy after that shambolic run. Guys, I mean, I'll get into it, but none of us could have predicted what we've seen from Super Falcons, even with the NFF and their lack of figuring things out. I have to say that we've definitely hit rock bottom, my people. And the only way is up, as they like to say. But when it comes to Nigeria, I think saying the only way is up, you have to be careful because Nigeria will show you that there's depths that you can stoop to that you're not even sure you can get to. That's the honest truth. Exactly like Michelle said, they've not sacked Madugu. Nobody has resigned. They're telling us there's fact-finding mission. So the people that they said are going to fact find did not know they didn't know the facts to find before the tournament. All the things we've been saying as if it was just for talking sake. You see, if you don't laugh when it comes to Nigeria, you will cry. That's the honest truth, because a lot of things don't make sense. Like that's the honest truth, man. And if not, you just be sad the entire time. So don't worry, we're going to get some positive updates. Don't worry. That's why I thought we'll have a balanced show. So we'll talk about Nigeria, South Africa, the review and the aftermath. I'll try not to spend too much time on that. After that, I'm sure more excitingly for everyone, the Premier League is back on Friday. Literally less than 98 hours to go. And wait, am I correct? Yeah, less than 96 hours to go. And the Premier League champions, of course, will be kicking off our bid to retain the title for the first time since the 1930s. You know, at the moment, everyone's glazing Arsenal. I'm watching all of them. Before, they were talking rubbish. Now, everybody's favorite media darlings are the Arsenal. They're like, man, they look so good. Where are my preseason warriors from last week? Where are my preseason warriors from last week that were telling me about Arsenal's performance in preseason? I want to know how you're feeling right now about Arsenal's performance from yesterday. I'm telling you, man, Arsenal, when we're done with the ups this year, you guys should better be thanking God we didn't sign Vinicius, because In fact, I don't know if you thank God because Christos Zolis is like we have another Greek god, man, that is ready to come and do some Zeus work on the Premier League. So good luck to everybody. Shout out to all 35 people in the live stream. I much appreciate everyone. Also, at the end of the show, we're gonna do a quiz. I know it says that's the third thing, but we'll do it at the end just for technical issues. I want to make sure everybody can join with your phones and make sure that everyone can answer the questions for the quiz. It's just a way to recap the previous season we've had. And then as we go into a new year, obviously, new season, fresh start with champion effort and champion energy. We'll get into that. Also, for my FPL warriors, we're back. I have not forgotten my FPL people. FPL fans, I've got the league code right in the community notes for you in my overlay section. You can see that FPL league code VANN3N. That is the official Nigeria Football Weekly Fancy Premier League code for the season. Make sure you join the fancy code. If you are the winner, I will give you a Super Eagles brand new jersey. That is the prize on offer, not the fake one from Aba Markets. The one from Nike Town. Original with the tags. But I must admit, it's going to be hard to beat Oloke in FPL. I play FPL very, very seriously. I've even put the code inside the comments for everybody to join for the Facebook and the YouTube gang. So if you want to join my FPL league for Nigeria Football Weekly for this season, make sure you click on the auto join link in the comments or just add in the code that you can see in the overlays literally right here. FPL league code VANN39. So I wanted to make sure we cover FPL. I will never forget my FPL. I've been tinkering on my team. I've been doing my Dugu work. I've been tinkering on my team. Yesterday, I was like, man, if Zolis should bang, I'm going to put Zolis in my FPL team. So that's been me tinkering here and there. Arsenal defense, they said Saliba is injured. Look how we look like. That's not going to affect us at all. So just wanted to touch on that. Also, startup performance for the week. You guys know the usual program. We've got quite a lot of leagues that have resumed all over Europe this week, or whether it's Coppa Italia games. So, for example, we've got the English Championship back. Serie A is not yet back, but the Coppa Italia did kick off over the weekend for the bottom 14 sides. La Liga starts this weekend. Premier League starts this weekend. The Bundesliga literally starts in 2 weeks' time, but this weekend there's going to be DFB Pokal games to watch. So excited to see what Victor Boniface has been doing recently as well. League One kicks off literally on Friday. So, of course, we're going to see Tochukwu Nadi in action from Marseille. Portuguese League has already been going on, so we'll touch on that. The Belgian League has also been going on already, so we'll be touching on that. The Turkish Super League, which has a plethora of Nigerian players, literally kicked off on Friday night with Victor Osimhen. Going up against a newly promoted team in Corum FC. We'll get into that. And then, of course, in the Dutch Eredivisie, Torreira Kodari made his debut for Ajax last week. So we'll touch on that, as well as the Slavia Prague boys and any other key players in any of the other leagues that we need to mention and highlight based on what we're tracking them for the Super Eagles. Of course, we'll still do a once to watch. That was not added, but I will keep you guys updated on all the football to come this week. So make sure that that is in your radar. Then we will, of course, do Starboy of the Week. I have a few contenders as we resume that before we get into the weekend player reviews. So quite a lot to get into, but of course, I like doing these updates on the live stream on Monday because that's when I have capacity to talk, and bring all the timely updates that people need. Before I get cracking with the show, let me just go through the comments and just speak on any comments I need to touch on. Olufemi says, Olu, the clouds never learn. I'm sure Olufemi is a fellow gunner. Don't worry, he who does not hear must feel. Like Michelle said, and I said earlier, I don't know why Madugu hasn't been sacked, honestly. Crazy, crazy decision. Timothy says, racketeering and team interference ruined the team. My brother, don't even get me started. We can talk about NFF debacle for an entire hour. Gerard Abibi, well said. Nigeria, Jaga, no be small. SMH, I'm telling you. AJ says, I think the girls really tried. The coach does not know what he's doing. NFF makes the girls up. Imagine a friendly match organized before AFCON. That's how I feel. But of course, people in the comments always try to attack you like you're not trying to still apportion some blame to the women. But you cannot cheat bad processes. I keep telling people all the time. FBV Zone, shout out to you. Says, Tyra, we need to cover. What a story. We're going to get into that. I'm excited for Tyra Oni, and let's see what he can do for Coventry. Obviously, they're also trying to sign a Guinean international striker, Sheriff. And one of these Sheriff guys from Fenerbahce. So it remains to be seen exactly how much game time Awoni will get. But based on the current Coventry squad, you would expect Awoni to slot into the starting lineup for Coventry City ahead of their Premier League return after over 20 years when they face the champions on Friday. I wish Awoni and Oyeka well, but let me not lie to you. I hope we spank them like 4-0. They can start performing well the week after. You know, I hope they don't do too badly because of the Niger boys, but we'll get into that. So shout out to them. AJL said, this is very bad. African countries are springing up. The cup is not our birthright. I totally agree. But when you look at who's qualified for the World Cup, I have to say it's to the detriment of Africa. Without being naive, none of the teams that have qualified have better potential than Nigeria. But of course, if you don't qualify, for the first time in Nigeria's history, we're not going to the Women's World Cup. So I guess that also saves me a planned trip to Brazil next year because it's the same time as the men's AFCON. So let's just focus our efforts on Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya next summer. And hopefully the Super Eagles will bring us some joy after all the nonsense we've had to deal with when it comes to the Super Eagles and Super Falcons so far. Michelle said, people will cry this. They will cry. I'm telling you, they will cry. Adeola said, Maresca is giving Man City fans nightmare. I like all these Chelsea fans. They're so shameless. After they were twerking for Man City last year, losing 3-0, opening their hands to celebrate, thinking Man City will win the league. Arsenal have now won the league. This shameless set of fans have now decided that to mask their own mediocrity, they are going to focus on the problems Man City are going to face. I know what you guys are. You Chelsea fans, maybe you're going to grow some spine. Grow a spine this season. All the years you guys to tell us about all your trophy winning and how good you are, and you win Champions League, and you win Europa League, and you won Premier League. Chelsea have now turned to the team that lie about winning preseason trophy. Tournament nobody else gives a shit about is the one they like to talk about. Look at Deola and Co. All they're talking about is Man City. And they're going to see Maresca. Face your own front, Chelsea fans. Face your own fronts. Face your own front. You finished 10th last year. Stop trying to always piggyback on other people's problems. You guys are useless. We need to see what you can do this season. Focus on your team, Chelsea fans. Focus. If it's to talk about everybody else, you will see them in the comments. If it's to go and be pretending that they're happy that their team lost 3-0, you will see them there. Meanwhile, at the end of the season, they're now crying about where Chelsea ended up, that they're not happy. But now, all of a sudden, there's renewed vigor. We see all of you. Chelsea fans, support your team. Stop piggybacking on ups. Yes, I said it. We'll be watching you guys very well this year. You have one game a week, plus Carl Bobbins to play. Go and focus on what you need to focus on. We know you people very well. If it's to look at other people's behind, you see them there, Chelsea fans. Face your own fronts. Yes, I said it. See their mouths. Maresca giving City nightmares. The one he gave you, the one he gave you, Adeola, how far the one he gave you? I think I don't know you people. That's right, Lufemi. We're looking the part. I'll give you that. We look fantastic. Michelle, that's right. You're a super fan for sure. Don't worry, I'm going to find some other gifts for the community members. I want to see if we can do like a monthly quiz. It's just obviously when you're trying to run a podcast and a platform while having a day job, you have to be smart about what things you can do. But this one for FPL, I'll give a Super Eagles jersey to the winner. That one, I can hold me to that. Faria says, why does that guy wear the mask? I'm guessing you're talking about Osimhen. About 4 or 5 years ago, he was going up for a header alongside Milan Skriniar of Inter Milan when he played for Napoli. And as he tried to head the ball, Milan Skriniar's head temple hits Victor Osimhen's cheekbone. So basically, his eye socket got destroyed, and he got told that he was very lucky to even still be playing football. So that's the reason why the doctors advised him that he should wear the mask for the rest of his career. And I think it has turned into a bit of a good luck charm for Victor Osimhen. So that's why we see all the best from him now. And look, long may it continue. You guys know me. When it comes to VO9, we're superior fans over here. And wish him all the best always. So let's see how he gets on. Thank you, RP. RP, good to see you. They should have shame. Yes. Yes. All of them. All of them should have shame. All of them. Thank you very much. Ragatima says, Olu, latest news. The Executive Committee of Nigeria Football Federation has asked members of the technical crew of Super Falcons to step down with immediate effect. What of the Executive Committee of Nigeria Football Federation? They should be stepping down as well. There's no KPI they've not failed at. There is no big deliverable that they've not failed at in the last 4 or 5 years. So the ones that are telling people to step down, they should step down too. They should step down. See the amounts. NFF Executive Committee. What has the Executive Committee brought for Nigeria in the past 2-3 years? Thank God for Eric Shell and Osimhen and Co. I'll be fighting for their lives in AFCON. Now I'll be dealing with useless pitch everywhere. Sack everybody. In fact, if they should give us FIFA bans, so be it. Go and restart NFF. Those what's the right word to use that they will say I'm not being abusive? Those money hungry, thirsty human beings. Face to cho, fact finding image. Every time they fail, they come out with some stupid statements. Nothing being done. Cho. Where's the action? Gusau, shameless. Pinnick, shameless. Eguavon, shameless. Rudevi, shameless. Sanusi, shameless. All of them, shameless. But don't worry, a day is coming. And if it does not come after this time, I don't know what it is. So I'll try my best not to bang on about NFF. But we'll figure out the rest after. I want to make sure we speak about other things apart from these guys. Because you know me, once I start now, I will not stop. They are absolutely useless. I'm telling you, Victoria. Very, very stupid people. I'm telling you. Coach has to, that one, he knows he has to go. Faria, you're right. No worry. Osimhen is always great. Don't worry. But sad for Osimhen, but he's fine for sure. So that's good to know. Exactly, Faria. Start at the top. Everybody needs to go. All of them. Every single human being. Okay, let's get cracking with the show. So Nigeria versus South Africa aftermath. For anybody that did not realize what was happening, last week, Thursday, I came back from work and decided to watch Nigeria play against South Africa. Even with my predictions and lamenting about how poor the Super Falcons have been, the honest truth is I did not think we would stoop to that kind of depths and also lose to it. Let's be honest, a poor South African side. Yet again on the day, the South African goalkeeper was the man of the match. When you look at the tail of the tape, 12 shots, South Africa, 17 shots for Nigeria, 6 shots on target each, 28 touches in the box for Nigeria, 6 big chances created for the Super Falcons, no goals scored. We missed a total of 5 big chances. Yes, we can blame the coach, but when you miss 5 big chances, the players also have to take some shoulder of the blame. I think also when you look at Madugu, there is no way you win a tournament without a settled side. Look at Spain, even putting David Raya on the bench. Look at Eric Shell's current Super Eagles side. All of us in this community, all 72 on this live stream, if they told us to name Eric Shell's current Super Eagles formation and his current preferred starting 11, we will get at least 7 or 8 correct. We know that Akko Adams will start. We know Osimhen will start. We know Lookman will start. We know his first choice midfield is Iwobi, Ndidi, and Oyeka. There's a choice that Tochukwu Nadi may have a sub to Oyeka based on his performances for the league. But we know that generally that's who we'll see start. Oyemechi is the starting left back. Calvin Bassey is assured of his starting spot. We know that the right center back is where we have question marks, whether it's Benjamin Frederick, whether it's Fernandez, whether it's Shemi Ajayi, whether it's Chibike Iwaiwu. And we know right back usually Ola Aina, but because of Ola Aina's injuries, he has not played for the Super Eagles in quite a minute, almost a year. So Samuel and Co will be there. And because of Nwabali's issues with his club, we know that Okoye stepped in to start the last few games. Now Okoye is back fit and did well again for Udinese over the weekend, which I'll touch on. So there's a world where we're not sure about the goalkeeper. But more often than not, you have a good indication of what the Super Eagles tactical setup is right now. Arsenal, I can tell you, Arsenal starting XI right now. 1 or 2 positions might be up for debates, but we have an idea. With Madugu, nothing is set in stone. Apart from goalkeeper. Play Oladipo as centre back, he refused. He says Osinachi Ohali that is 34 that he wants to bank on, and Demeyi that was error prone in the tournament. He refused to play Rufia Timoran, who was a natural left back, decided to play Alozie at left back for most of the tournament where she had shambolic displays. Meanwhile, the one time she played right back, she was man of the match in the game. In midfield, Uchebe will play well. He will remove Uchebe from the starting lineup. Same way he moved Uchebe from the starting lineup against South Africa. Abiodun did not start the first few games, even though she was our best player. He ended up bringing her in. Echegini will play some games. He will decide he likes to repaint some games. Then don't even get me started on the front line. Some days Oshola, some days Gift Monday. He started the tournament with Hezuo. This man was playing Hezuo as a left winger. When you say clueless, it does not begin to even shake. Risola Babajide had a fantastic game whenever she played. All of a sudden, in final games to play, she's nowhere to be found. Ajibade is not sure how to platform her. He will bring Esther Nkonko onto the pitch and play as a number 9. Meanwhile, she got 7 assists in the last AFCON as a number 10. These things are not rocket science. I do not claim to have a coaching ability like Justin Madugu, but as pundits and as fans and as community members, there are certain things we can see in terms of the setup of the team that lend us an idea of how the team will perform. And if we're constantly doing the same thing and you're seeing failure, then clearly the next thing to do is to change your setup. And that is something Madugu never did. Even in the game against South Africa on Thursday, when Adozie started, he played Oladipo as a right back. He played Alozie as a left back. Meanwhile, Oladipo was one of the best center backs in the entire of Europe. You can tell she's limited going forward. He played as a right back. Okay, Abiodun came into the pitch and Echegini came into the pitch. We're not mad at that. What is Francisca Odega doing starting matches in 2026? You refuse to take some of the youngsters we have into the AFCON squad. You decided to put Odega in there. Anybody with eyes can tell you that Odega is no longer a Super Falcons level player. And then you have a crunch game as your back door into the World Cup. You know you have 5 games to play. Just even get past phase 1. You start Francesca Odega. Hey, God will help us. Gift Monday showed a lot of signs of being an exceptional player. You decide to bring her on to play charity minutes in the game against South Africa. Uche Nakanu did all right, but you have to say, when you look at the tactical setup of the team, there was no plan. There was no structure. The only people that came out with credits in that game against South Africa, in my opinion, is a special. Even Alozie came out with credit. She played her heart out. But of course, she's being misprofiled because she's not left-footed. So if she plays as a left back, she's struggling because she has to always go into an instep to make passes. It's not rocket science, Mr. Justin. Also, Deborah Abiodun got some credit as well. She played very, very well. In fact, I feel so bad for Abiodun. The last 2 games, she was absolutely exceptional. Won everything in the air, won all her ground duels, and yet has nothing to show for it because the team was not platformed correctly. To make matters worse, when you look at the goals South African scored, these goals were all avoidable. They were all avoidable goals. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, Katlana is South Africa's most difficult player. They score you through good build-up play. Even our goalkeeper, now they try to save the first shot, he still entered the net. Second one, they scored through their captain. I'm just like, what are we doing? Then yet again, the final 10 minutes, he now throws the sinker. Then Nigeria gets a last-minute penalty, make it 2-1. It's as if there was no sense of urgency. Like they not realize that we're going out of the tournament. Did you see when Madugu made his substitutions in the final 10 minutes of the game? Oh my God. Guys, Nigeria played 5 matches. This is a team that before this AFCON had 4 losses in the entirety of AFCON history. In the space of 5 games. 5 games, Nigeria lost 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. And the only times we won, we beat Zambia 1-0. Backs to the world performance with 10 men. And then we beat Egypt 6-2. When the people were even complaining in community chats, I was even defending Madugu that we scored 6 goals. I could foresee some of the problems, but I was saying, if you've scored 6 goals in a game, it's not the time to complain. But the truth is, community members were right. Because after that, what did we see? Shocking stuff. Shout out to Cameroon for winning the tournament yesterday, by the way. Fantastic performance by Eto, the goalkeeper, and that they're number 10 and number 11. So they were beating Malawi. That Malawi team, that defense, oh my God, they're going to suffer in the World Cup because they're not good enough. But Nigeria, the chicken has come up to roost again. 3 losses in 5 games. We're uttering words we've never uttered before, guys. We're uttering things we've never ever seen in our history before. No World Cup for the Nigeria women's national team for the first time in our history. Since 1991, Nigeria is one of the few teams in the world that has made every single Women's World Cup in history. And Gusau, that has already led us to depths we did not expect we would drop to, has now foresaw a further humiliation and does not even have the temerity and just good thinking to just resign and pack his load. They are telling us about fact-finding committee. Fact-finding for what? These people piss me off so much. Do you see Dr. Ademola Victor TV telling you that he's taking a break for a month? Do you know how annoying it is to be trying to help Nigeria prosper in your own way? And you know that the principalities and powers above are just determined to keep the nation failing. What does that do for your motivation? Do you think it's easy to stand up here and go and prepare all the content, go through information, try to make sure we bring the best show possible for everybody? Then all of a sudden, because of powers against that you cannot even figure out, useless things are just happening to the nation. Can you imagine the rep of Nigeria right now in football? Thank God for our male footballers in club sides that will still at least help us more. But guys, we've seen depths we have never seen before. We couldn't even get past the first hurdle. Do you know how much research I did to bring that statement where I was giving the permutations about Nigeria qualifying for the World Cup in the back door? I even saw that on TikTok. The video got 10,000 views or whatever. I was wasting my saliva. How can Ghana and South Africa be qualified for World Cup playoffs? Nigeria is not there. Hey, God, the insult is too much. No other African team is ranked in the top 50 of the world, by the way, except Nigeria. And the one unicorn in women's football could not make it. The way they are going to beat CAF next summer. Oh, God. I'm not even prophesying badly. It's just a fact. They are going to deck the living shaggy out of this region. Because go and look at the defense of Morocco, Algeria, Malawi, and Cameroon. The only kind of positive you can take from this is the two teams that beat Nigeria in the actual tournament made it to the final. Malawi and Cameroon. And even against Cameroon, we're the better side, if not for their goalkeeper. So if you want consolation prize, we can hold on to that one. But when those women are sitting down in their house while their mates are in the World Cup, good luck to everybody. And you know what makes me so sad? Women's football needs the Women's World Cup far more than the men. Nigeria have missed out on 2 World Cups. Our men's team is still respected because we know men's football is far more watched, far more covered, far widely covered. Women's football, they have to touch on these 1 or 2 moments that give, indications of progress to how they're performing. The average Nigerian abused Amaka and Nadozie throughout the tournament, but did not watch 1 match of Brighton in WSL. So let's not lie to ourselves. How many Nigerians are watching Echegini when she plays for PSG in the French Ligue 1? It's not happening. So tournaments are the one time that we get to watch the women's team. And now the one tournaments that they could look forward to next summer, they don't even have it to look forward to anymore. So now it's Olympic qualifiers, and the Olympic Games are not even being played until in less than 2 years in LA. But based on what we've seen so far with the structure of the NFF, the coach, and the way they continue to misplatform the women and give them bare crumbs in terms of preparation, can we say with our hearts that we'll make it there? Shout out to IoT and Eagles Tracker. I love that he dropped that clip of Randy Waldrum talking in 2023 about if Nigeria are not careful. Everything he said has come to pass. When we are saying it, maybe because we are black, when we say it, they don't listen to us. It's only a matter of time. You cannot keep failing to prep. Eventually, you prepare to fail. Maybe they say, I met one of the NFF people in media. He saw me in the Unity Cup. Do you know what he called me? He called me troublemaker just because I highlight the incompetence of NFF. Obviously, he was joking, but he was not joking at the same time. If you are someone that demands excellence, they see you as a troublemaker. Meanwhile, God is helping Oluoke because today, why did I wake up and see that Mikel Obi's podcast, Obi-Wan Podcast, has tagged Nigeria Football Weekly on Instagram to post that JJ Okocha was on their podcast today. Go and check Nigeria Football Weekly Instagram right now. Go and see who tagged Oluoke and Nigeria Football Weekly. The big John Obi Mikelo about Okocha. So clearly the right people are seeing what we are doing and can see the moves we are trying to make our country succeed. But meanwhile, you are a troublemaker because you ask for excellence. We're not even asking for excellence. Just do the basics right. That's all we're begging for. Do the basics right. Give them competent friendlies to play. Make sure you take care of their welfare. Pay them their bonuses. Give them the right coach. Make sure they have the right backroom staff. Where's the fitness coach? Where's the goalkeeping coach? Where's the coaching analyst? Where are all these things? But if it's to collect 10,000 a month, I will not name who, but we all know that they are not wanting for money. Gusau did not use his own money to carry himself to Morocco. But when we say do the basics right, all of a sudden, story. So that people will know I'm not even joking. Let me even post the post from Obi-Wan podcast. I should even message them and say, God bless you. I didn't even expect it to. Hey, okay. They are posting me with JG. God. The plans you have for us, may they continue to go in Jesus' name. Amen. So, guys, I don't want to spend too long. Of course, I've been rambling for a while. But the point is, we cannot say we are very surprised. And when you look at the overall thoughts about the situation we're in, guys, the men have now missed 2 straight World Cups. The women have missed World Cup, which is unthinkable. The Nigerian Premier League, where was the last time this Nigerian Premier League was broadcast on TV? Even with a 2-man camera, like you see the under-18 academies in England use. Tell me, under-17 missing AFCONs and World Cups, while being the most successful team in the world with 5 World Cup wins. Under-22 missed out on World Cup. When last did you see Nigeria play Olympics, men's? Please, somebody tell me the KPIs that these people are working with. Somebody please enlighten me. Because maybe there's something I'm missing that I'm not seeing that's making me to crash out in a different way without understanding the logic behind all of this. So somebody please let me know. NFF, what is the aftermath? Something has to change. Something has to change. This is the result of the last few years. This downfall did not start this year. It has been cooking for a while. I've lamented so many times about this. So many times. In fact, I don't even blame the average Nigerian. Why would the average Nigerian care about this incompetence? Where they can focus on their club side like Arsenal that will bring them joy. Go to Ashake, meaningful joy, yeah. You come and be champion. At least Arsenal will even post the Nigerians in Nigeria when they are doing their celebrations for Nigeria, Arsenal winning the league. Arsenal will even show more care for Arsenal fans in Nigeria than Nigeria's NFF will show for Nigerians in Nigeria. When it comes to building a link between the country, its national team, and its citizens. So what are we talking about? Chelsea will send Victor Moses, find a way to harness their community and make all the Chelsea fans in Nigeria know that they are part of something. But Nigerian national team, ask yourself the last time a Nigerian watched Super Eagles play a match in Lagos. Just one. Tell me. When last did the average Nigerian not struggle to find link to watch Nigeria in a qualifier? Somebody tell me. When last did Nigeria have a friendly match and you were able to put on NTA and AIT and watch the match? Somebody tell me. Then Gusa will go there and parrot that nonsense comments and be making it seem like, oh, things can get... There's no better under your leadership, Mr. Man. It's because we're able to give you more respect. We'll call you a lot. Mr. Man, go away. Go away. You are a specialist in failure. It's even more than Mourinho's own. You are an exceptional specialist in mediocrity. It gives you joy. It's a booster. It's as if the more Nigeria fails, the more your energy increases. Then you now have the temerity to tell us you want second. Second what? They should repel. You know what? Let me not talk too much. Like I said, Randy Wardrum already earned it. Around 6:20 p.m. today. Oh, God. NFF. These people will not kill me. Like one of the committee members mentioned, today NFF made a post. The executive committee of the NFF has asked members of the technical crew of the Super Falcons to step down with immediate effect. This came after their fact-finding committee nonsense that they set up to investigate poor run of international commission, particular focus on Super Falcons' failure to qualify. Members of the committee, just hear this name, Landon Bosso. What's Landon Bosso doing in Nigeria football in 2026? Desire Oparanozie, they slapped Oparanozie's name just so that people will not be too upset. Oparanozie that was criticizing them the day before. Mutiu Adekpoju, don't let them stay in white too. We remember you as a legend though. Don't let these people stay your words. Dr. Alex Mana with Mr. Nasiru Jibril, be secretary. I think the secretary is Sokoto FHM. Please tell me what fact finding they are finding, my people. Tell me. Which facts are not already known? You cannot set up friendly matches. You have no competent coach. And clearly, you do not run the administration like you care about the competence and well-being of the most successful team in Africa. What fact is there to find? Go home. What kind of leeching of power is this? I think I've lived in England too much because my brain cannot comprehend it. England, that the prime minister resigned because of public sentiments. I'm sure Tinubu and co were laughing like, wow. You mean because of public sentiments, he left the office? Wow. Even Pinnick, I'm sure that one too was. Did you see? I even heard some rumors that they're trying to make Pinnick the head of fact-finding committee. Does this not tell you that they're taking us for idiots? Idiots. So anyway, my people, I'll go to the comments, but that's all I have to say for today. So no World Cup for the women. We not even make semi-final of WAFCON. And honestly, the rock bottom of the women makes me so sad because I know if NFF could neglect them like this when they were champions, just imagine what is about to come. All the things they are owed from last year, they will not see the light of day. You already know. And just imagine the way Nigerian people treat women in Nigerian society. If anyone in the comments likes to disagree and tell me that Nigeria does not discriminate against women, feel free to. That's your own view. Me, the Nigeria I grew up in and Nigeria I go to, they will tell you that we revere women because we are going to club to spend money on women. It's a lie. Nigeria has never had a female governor. Nigeria that the one senator they wanted to hand. Let's not lie to Nigeria that they will not rent house to women sometimes because they are single. Let me tell you, I feel for women in Nigeria all the time. All the time. Because if it's for them to object you and tell you how fine you are, that is not a problem. But do you believe Nigerian society respects women the way they should be? Even the poorest people in Nigerian society, one malam, you want to make sure that at least he can control his wife. At least if he's a captain in his house, he can go outside and be a nobody. Let's talk the truth. Let's talk the truth. So honestly, at this point, I've turned to a typical Nigerian. We're going to put the affairs of Super Falcons in prayer. Oh Lord, please help these women. Because I know the average Nigerian does not care enough about their well-being and what they're going through. Everybody will forget once Premier League starts on Friday. But God, please, find somebody that can run this NFF with competence and wisdom. Please. We just want to see what life could look like with somebody competent. God, please, answer our prayers. The same way you answered Arsenal prayer of winning the Premier League. God, please, alone, please. Because at this point, church is not working. We have to pray for the women. So I commit the Super Falcons, all Nigeria youth team groups into your hands. Flourish Sebastian was there to enter AFCON squad. They called up Francisca Odega. God. Guys, go and Google Flourish Sebastian. Go and watch the way she plays football. Then come back and tell me if these people sound like they want us to go forward. But anyway, enough is enough. I've spent 40 minutes. God bless everybody. I'll go to the comments there. Let's get cracking with the Premier League, baby. You can see this my fine Champions jersey. For the people that was coming, I hope you watched my boy yesterday. For the Chelsea fans, that's right. My shooter, Killer Kai. Anyway, let me go to some comments there. We'll get into the 2026-2027 preview. Where do we go from here, Ayodele? Oh, now I'm thinking of that Arasta song. Arasta, shout out to you for your album, by the way. I love when, thank God our music is thriving. Where do we go from here? Ayodele, where do we go? I don't know. I've just prayed about it because me, myself, I'm not sure. We'll be talking, praying. We're not sure what will happen. So by God's grace, something will be figured out, my brother, because I don't know, man. I shout out to you, man, our community member, every day, every time. God bless you, my bro. Victoria says, what pained me was his arrogance. Am I not the one that previously... Thank you for this comment, Victoria. Let me tell you, if the reason I'm laughing is because with Nigeria, if you don't laugh, you will cry. And I've decided that this year, I'm going to be living like that Shake Money album. You see in that album is gratitude, consistency. Grant me wisdom, amen. All the songs on that Shaka album is just prayer, badura, are thanking God for his life and how God will continue to see him winning and shining. You know, and they're small for woman. Chaka Makazi, oh baby. So me, I just pray. Shaka album. We will pray for everybody because it's what we need right now. I'm telling you. NFF leaders, principalities and powers. I'm telling you. Hands up, devil. Good to see you, bro. 2026, what's here for that? I'm telling you, bro. Like, thank the only saving grace is I still enjoyed my January in Morocco. I would lie to you. Because that win that Super Eagles gave me against Algeria, I will never forget that day till I die. Because my brother and I were together in the Algeria fan section. But after that day, I was even dreaming of how we beat Morocco in the semi-final. But at least we lost the penalties. We can take that one. But apart from that, obviously, as an Arsenal fan, the Arsenal winners made the pain of this year not feel as hard. But my brother and my sisters, we need shit to jump again. We need shit to jump again. Ayodele says, without a good foundation, no matter how beautiful a building is, it will eventually collapse. Bam. This is what we are seeing now. The girls have been playing on vibes, now found out. And they were surviving on vibes. They were still finding ways to make the interior of the house look nice. Meanwhile, the building was uncompleted. And the foundation was not set in the right way. Thank you so much. But I hope people will come back and give them some grace. Faria, yes, so would you know that we had a starting left back who plays for London City Lionesses, a team owned by Michelle Kang, the #1 female investor in women's football in the entire world. In fact, men and women's football combined, nobody has invested more in women's football than Michelle Kang. Rufia Timora starts her left back for London City Lionesses. Ask Madugu what he did with her. Go and ask. Tony Payne was playing for Everton. She just moved to Inter Milan this summer. Our goalkeeper, Chiamaka Anadozie, was one of the best goalkeepers in the WSL. She even took Brighton, lowly fancy Brighton, to the FA Cup final. But would you know? Would any of us know? So we keep wishing and we'll see how things go, man. Senator SB, good to see you, brother. Victoria, thank you so much for kind words. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. Michelle says, KPIK, Oluya, funny. People will ask now. Faria, your colleague was right, too. We did not qualify. Nothing. Thank you guys so much for the kind words, man. Thank you guys. No, I'm telling you. Sydney said, hey, good to see you, Sydney. Remember when I said that draft move was about to collapse? It's so sad. It's so sad. How will Alozie not have to? Aaron, shout out to you, my bro. Every time. How will she not have to make her IG private? Nigerians will come and disturb her when the ovation is loudest. When she needs support, they will not be there. Then you now see some scoundrels in the back of their house typing that, oh, TikTok merchants. Do you know the kind of things Alozie is trying to do for us? Even men's World Cup that we missed. Who was the person that was representing us with Okocha for all the activations for Nike? Now, if you're Nike, the one thing you support, you sponsor in Africa, Nigeria, men and women, no World Cup. Let me tell you, the next time anybody from NFF comes to Nike, you know that video where they go, my friend, get on my sites. That's the way they will tell Nigeria to fuck off. Because you are wasting all their money. They'll be planning all these kits in advance for you to not even make tournaments for them to make their money back. The small 3 million they gave NFF that they've already packed everything. Go and do new Nike deal with Nike. We'll see whether they'll give you up to 1 million. You always. Okay, now, let's keep watching. Let's keep watching, my people. Anu, shout to Anu. Hey, back to club football. Even though I hate you guys with the commission, I'm so happy that the traitor law, another Chelsea fan. I told you people, they cannot face their own fronts. Chelsea fans, I hope you face your front this year, in Jesus' name. Amen. Victoria Homer, if NFL president, I don't even think you want that one. Maybe when they reform Nigeria, but I appreciate the kind words. God bless you so much. Anu says, bring Wardrum back. Will Wardrum go back there? Wardrum will be looking at them laughing from wherever he is. The guy was doing his best to try and make us look good. They called him, I can't remember the kind of words they used for him. Nigeria, don't get me started on those journalists in Nigeria that their job is to be NFL fanboys. God is watching everybody. Shout out to Star Girl, exactly, Esther Dada. Thank you. Shout out to our staff for that album. Fantastic stuff, man. Faria says, I met a taxi driver from Nigeria. I was very disparaging about the ladies' team, even talking about their looks. Fuck. I hate when they talk about their looks. Like, please, do not do. I hope you gave him some verbal back. Daniel said, I'm still wondering why Ashley Plumter was politically injured. She was 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 injured. She even confirmed it. And that one I'm sure about it because she ended the season without playing. So that's the reason why Daniel. So I hope that answers your question. Sydney says people don't know that if the girls don't do the social medias, they're nothing to promote. Thank you. If they don't promote themselves, who promote them? Is it NFF? Is it NFF? Hey, God. I don't think we even know the depths of how useless NFF are. I think we're even still being kind. I'm telling you. When we have a better Nigeria in Jesus' name, oh my sister, in Jesus' name, we'll get there one day. Thank you. I appreciate you giving me a talking to. Fantastic work. Shout out to you looking out for your fellow citizens. Okay. We have lamented enough about Nigeria. Now, we all know that everyone in this community, all 106 of you on the live, God bless you all. I just want to say a big thank you for always supporting the boy. It means the world to me. We're going to have to slow down a few processes just because I need to find a new editor. But, of course, the live streams will continue. No issues there. But I may be slow in terms of some of the updates you see on social media as I try to figure out a way to keep everything moving in motion. But, guys, I'll be honest, every year, I'm always excited for the Premier League to return because there's always a chance to go again. But I got to admit to you guys, man, when you are the Premier League champion, looking forward to the season has a different energy. You feel me? Everybody's glazing you. Everyone's talking about the favorites. Your team is so good. And the best part is, it's not even about cho. You know what your eyes have seen. You know that you packed that thing. Is it defense? Is it goalkeeper? Is it midfield? Is it? Have you seen Odegaard? Have you seen my new Greek left winger? Hey, Killer Kai Havertz the full season. It's a different kind of excitement when you know you are the favorites to recharge. And your team is only going to get better and better and better and better, step by step. And you now have the one manager that's the longest serving manager in the Prem. Don't worry, Arteta will so reach our, what's it going to be? Arteta became my manager December 2019. So this December will be 7 years. Very, very fantastic stuff, very, very fantastic stuff. So I have to say, I'm even extra excited this year because things just feel fantastic. So, of course, shout out to the Chelsea fans. One thing I like about Chelsea fans, apart from when Adeola will be changing his mouth. Adeola, when Chelsea lose, he will now be claiming he's an Arsenal fan. But I like Chelsea fans because you people always use style to still show me you're a Chelsea fan. You see? Michelle has said, Oga, cool down. No. Michelle, oh yeah, confess. You two, you're a Chelsea fan, Abby. You two, you're a Chelsea fan now. I knew that we already know he's a Chelsea fan. Sure. I do say, see, Olu said he looks forward to every year. Small Yash, how can somebody that finished 10th be calling Premier League champion Small Yash? Shake? You see my problem with you people? Oh, Anu, don't be making me bring reminder every 2 minutes. So. Don't be making me bring reminder every 2 minutes for you to see very well. Oh, somebody finished 10th talking about Premier League champion with some kind of language that is not befitting of a champion. Oh, mate. Oh, I think you don't realize the kind of problems you're dealing with at Stamford Bridge, mate. I don't think you understand what's going on, mate. But don't worry, I'm here for all of you. Last year, you were having a good time saying, oh, that's not good a but. Right, I'm bottling. I am of the bottle. I am the champion. That's right. And until May next year, none of you people can say anything. In fact, we should sing Drake Whisper My Name for you people. You gotta whisper my name. The big dogs are back. And we shall be opening the Premier League season officially on Friday at the Emirates Stadium. We're very excited and ecstatic about it. First chance to get 3 points on the board. Remind the league what going, even though we know the league's already shook after yesterday. I mean, my favorite boy, Calafiori. Where's my Calafiori shirt? Where is my Calafiori shirt? Where is my Calafiori shirt? Oh, my God. You think this thing is a joke? It not even reached 2 minutes. Who scored? Who scored? They don't get me started on my favorite shooter. Chelsea's biggest enemy. They always dunks on their asses. He even won them the Champions League that they like to shout about. Chelsea. Those ones that were celebrating getting pumped 3-0 at home last year. We will never ever let you forget. You see these salty liars? Look at champion in the league that all of you are getting ready to watch every day. Whether in Vietnam, whether in Baghdad, whether in New Zealand, whether in Alaska, whether in Zimbabwe, whether in Morocco, whether in Norway, whether in Antarctica and the Arctic Ocean, everybody's watching the local league. Thank you very much. Blue call, blue knee. Blue call, blue knee. Go and make sure you make champion. Go and enter Champions League again. What I tell you about these Chelsea fans, they're never ready to face their reality. Somebody finished 10th. Going into season with a piss poor defense. And Sanchez as goalkeeper. Your club captain is twerking for Man City. He can't wait to leave. You're telling me that you're a world champion. Preseason trophy that did not invite all the big boys in football to play. God damn. If you like, finish outside top 6 again. You will see what that world champion does for you. This club that can't even get a shirt sponsor to pay them what they want. God. Blue Co. God, thank you, we're champions. These people cannot tell me shit. Oh my God. No, not one of y'all can tell me shit. Oh my God. Sydney says we are coming for... Sydney, don't tell me you two are an unfortunate Chelsea fan. It might be Man U. You cannot pass. You know them by the way they talk. We are coming for us now. All this talk will end soon. I don't know how one title after many. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're about to be doing 10-year droughts. Sure, you know. A whole decade. Well done. If you are Man United, next year will be officially 14 years since your last Premier League. So you two go and hold on. Someone say, I don't know how one title. You, where's your own? You say one title. Show me your own. Show me your own. Show me. I'm ready for all of y'all. Blue Co. That their tiny stadium in one side section of England. It's as if you not see the parade videos. God. They've deceived themselves because there's so many Chelsea fans in Nigeria that they're not important. Let me tell you, unless you're living under a rock, these past 4 months, I've already showed us who runs this England. And don't even get me started on London. The way London was shaking a day after losing Champions League final because Arsenal won the parade, won the Premier League. God, you will never ever figure that out. What do I think of the next AFCON? We'll get it, my brother. Nigeria has to win it. I tell everybody all the time, we have to win it. 100%, we have to win it. So we'll face that one. Yeah, Tavares can't win. He won Champions League for you. Adeola, that's not the smartest statement ever. Somebody won you Champions League. You are trying to clown him for winning it for you. Think about that one again, my friends. We must win it too. We must win. That's Eric Shell's only mission next year, my brother. Only. Sydney says I predicted. Oh, that don't know me anything, my brother. Don't worry. Good luck. Oh, yeah, we have so many talents. Don't worry, I always talk. Jemar Habibi, I can't believe the temerity of some of these I'm seeing from specialists in failure. Somebody finished 10th. In fact, Chelsea have been so disastrous. In the past 10 years, they finished 10th. They finished 12th. Which kind of position have they not entered? Man U 2 have been 16th. Tottenham 17th. The lowest me I ever saw during the dark days was 8th. You people have seen far worse. Then you now want to come and talk when I'm Premier League champion. Where is that my Bruno Guimaraes jersey with the badge? It's why people are not. It's why people are talking anyhow. Where's my badge? You are very lucky I cannot find the badge. When I go and find it, I'll remind you. Premier League champion. You never sing that. You never sing that. You never sing that. 26, 20, 25, 26 Premier League champions. You'll never sing that. All right, let's get into the show. Let's go. Adeola, this statement does not make any sense. Trust me. Next time you're in London, make sure you allow me. I'll show you around this country. Player's name. Yeah, Fernandez is a good player as well. Nigeria finally sacked Madugu. Don't mind. It's now they know they will. Don't worry. For those that support the 10th place team, I look forward to your team making improvements in the world's most important league. All right, season preview. So, I want to be quick here. I'm just going to give you my top 20 in terms of how I'm going to see the table ending. And then at the end of the season, we shall review these predictions on who is going to finish between the top 20. Then I'll also do a quick preview on who I think will be the top goal scorer and who are some of my favorites to be in the team of the season. So without any further ado, starting from 20th to 1st, I have Hull City finishing in 20th place for the league season of 2026, 2027. It breaks my heart to say that because they have a few Nigerian players, especially Shemi Ajayi. But when you look at the tail of the tape, you have to admit they don't look very, very good. They don't look like they're a team that can really pull up any trees. They've also been very, very bad in terms of updating their squad to be ready for the Premier League. And you have to say that right now, it does look like they will be the whipping boys of the Premier League season. So that's where I currently stand at the moment. Just to show people a few ideas of where I think everyone's going to start and end. So, Hull City 20th. We wish Shemi Ajayi good luck, even though it's going to be a struggle for him to start. As for FC Town, they actually have Chuba Akpom, the Nigerian, eligible for Nigeria International, but I think Ipswich are going to struggle. The one thing that we can say is the fact that McNeil is their coach means that things may change. He's a pretty good coach, But when you look at Ipswich work and what they've done, Fatal is a good signing, but these are very much players who are too good for the championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. So I think Ipswich will also struggle. Rounding up right now, I know I may be wrong. Last season, we saw two of the promoted sides stay in the division, especially Sunderland and Leeds. Sunderland even made it to Europe. But I do think that we may see the three promoted sides go back down as at today. Obviously, for Coventry, I hope that's not the case with, Frank Onyeka, Taiwo Awoniyi, and of course, since I found out that my community is like 80% of you are Chelsea fans, Frank Lampard. So I hope Coventry can do something. But when you look at their squad as well and the pieces they have, they may pull up some trees. And I think Awoniyi could be a very effective goal scorer for them if he stays fit. But I have to say that right now I see them struggling and going back down at the first time of asking. But they've not been in the Prem for over 20 years, so they might as well enjoy themselves while being here and, figure out the rest when it comes, if I'm being brutally honest. I do see Nottingham Forest just about starving off relegation. Obviously, we know Nottingham Forest are a club with a lot of change. This may be very wrong because we know Oliver Glasner is a very good manager. But my main reason for this is Oliver Glasner, even though he seems like such a nice guy, is always falling out with the hierarchy at clubs he goes to. And we already know Marinakis is an absolute hothead. So we don't know what's going to happen with Nottingham Forest and Marinakis, basically. So that's going to be an interesting one to see. Apart from that, I see Crystal Palace finishing 16th. This could easily go wrong. I think Pierre Sarge is a very good manager. We know about what he's done in League One. But when you look at the fact Mateta doesn't look quite up to speed at the moment, and of course, they're still relying on Sarr and they've lost Gay. They've lost a few of their pieces that you'd say are quite important. And it looks like Munoz not going to start the season. All of a sudden, you're not quite sure what kind of Crystal Palace you're going to get. So that's my reason behind me predicting Palace in 16th. Fulham are another side that I could easily get this wrong. You know, if I'm being brutally honest, Fulham may end up pulling up a lot of trees. You know, they're very, very good side. You know, but they have a new manager in Alvaro Arbeloa, and we're still not sure if he's trying to turn Fulham to Real Madrid B. He signed Gonzalo Garcia. He may do very, very good things. But when you're going into a league season with Gonzalo Garcia and Rodrigo Muniz as your starting strikers, that is telling you they are not ready. These are the kind of things that make me wonder why Akko Adams went to Venezia. Are you guys telling me Akko Adams could not be starting striker for Fulham? Boy, let me go and sign for a newly promoted side in Italy. Anyway, we're all watching. So Fulham, they may make me look absolutely silly by that prediction, but I do think, especially with them not signing Chibike and Waiwu, there's a few commas on their team. But one thing I love about Fulham is we know that Iwobi and Bassi will always perform. That one is sure. So I have them in 15th place. 14th, I have Leeds United in 14th. They've had a pretty much a good summer of continuity. For once, Leeds United look like a side that are not trying to go through too many changes. They've kept their manager, Daniel Farker. Obviously, they finished the end of the season spectacularly well, especially in the final 4 months. Dominic Calvert-Lewin turned back the hand of time to 5 years ago and reminded all of us what he can do when he's fit. You know, Noel Kafa actually had a very strong campaign as well. And they've actually signed Moharemovic, the centre-back who plays for Bosnia. Fantastic centre-back. They also signed, what's his name? James Trafford from Man City as their new number 1 goalkeeper. So they've improved in positions they need to improve in. You know, middle of the park, they still have Anton Stark and a lot of players that can help with their team. And they've also signed Harry Wilson as a winger. Harry Wilson was one of the best performing wingers in the Premier League last season. So when you look at what they have and their pieces, I expect Leeds to be fully formed mid-table. The one caveat I will say is if anything happens to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they are finished. If anything happens to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, they are finished. So I have Calvert-Lewin in my FPL. I hope he's fit. And let's get this shit cracking. For 13th place, I have Newcastle United. To be honest, this one I think may be even generous. I think Newcastle could end up finishing 16th. They could end up finishing 10th. They could end up finishing 8th. We're not sure. We saw William Musula end the season very, very well towards the end of last season. But of course, they've lost Bruno Guimaraes. They've lost Sandro Tonali. They've lost Anthony Gordon. And yes, they have some interesting signings. You know, the youngster that's 18-year-old Steiner. But overall, when you look at the talent Newcastle are replacing, they needed a fast striker. They have Automata. I'm not sure Elanga and Harvey Barnes are going to take it to the promised land. Newcastle just stink. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. There's a time when they were trying to talk like they're one of the big boys. Even though now Chelsea are their level. So both of you should figure things out. But I think Newcastle are really going to struggle, especially with the new manager. But let's see how they get on. 12th place, Everton. I'm giving them 12th simply because of David Moyes. He's a seasoned journeyman who understands the league and what needs to be done. So I expect to an extent that Everton will figure things out. Even though they need to resign somebody that could play like Grealish. Iliman Ndiaye, we're not sure if it's going to be hot and cold. Kenan just be hot. Let's see what kind of performance he's able to pull out this season. So there's a few things for us still mark out and figure out. But Everton still have a bit of a settled side. And they've also signed Hayden Hackney as a central midfielder. So that's a very good signing. I know he's one of the best players in the championship last year. So that's going to be interesting to figure out from Everton. 11th place, I've got Brentford. Time after time, I see people play down Brentford's exploits. Yes, they lost Jordan Henderson to Chelsea. That's the team that is telling me that they are going to be back. Signing Jordan Henderson. Chelsea are clueless, man. I'm telling you, what a clueless club. But the one thing Brentford have going for them is continuity. We know that they're one of the best sides replacing attackers. Ivan Toney, Brandon Buemo, Igor Thiago. Igor Thiago is still in the building. Dango Waitara is ready to go again. Kevin Schade ready to go again. They've signed Sangare, who's a top central midfielder, who's going to be even better than Jordan Henderson. So there's no issues there. And they've got continuity with Kelleher and goal. And I expect Brentford to surprise people yet again. So that's why I have them finishing mid-table. Sunderland, I have them in 10th. This one could be a bit of a false dawn, especially because Sunderland have to play in Europe as long as they win their game in hand for the Conference League playoffs. But I think Sunderland are another team with a lot of continuity. You know, the spine is still there, whether that's Dan Ballard, whether that's Ruffs, the goalkeeper, whether that's Granit Xhaka, there's Lefi midfield, whether that is Brian Brobby, who of course had a breakout World Cup tournament and will be fancying himself to play even better this season. Sunderland also have two very good fixtures start the season, starting at Ipswich away, and I think they play Hull or Coventry, one of the easy teams to play. So Sunderland could have a fast start, but I'm expecting them to continue their good performance under Regis Lebris. I've finished 10th. Bournemouth in 9th. This is probably the one that is a bit interesting. They have a new manager, Marco Rosa, but when I look at the Bournemouth team, they still have a lot of their talent from last year. It's a shame Junior Kupi's injured for the first 3 months of the season, but they've got Ryan, who was starting games for Brazil, and I expect him to be out of every player that is going to have a breakout, an even bigger breakout season this year. I think Ryan is going to be a Premier League superstar at the end of the season. You don't start for Brazil if you're not a talent, at 19 years old for that matter. So once Kupi is back, I expect big things. They've still got Tavernier, they've still got Alex Scott in midfield. A lot of their spine is still there. So I expect Bournemouth to yet again pull up some trees. And obviously, I always have a soft spot for Bournemouth because they are the ones that officially clinched the league title for Arsenal on that fateful day in May earlier this year. So fantastic work, Bournemouth, and let's see how you get on. Brighton! I'm going to go for 8th position for Brighton. Zadukiana looks like he's going to stay with the team and get some minutes through the season, especially after Diego Gomez, who's the current right-wing starter. They're also struggling because they've lost Welbeck, so they may struggle in terms of some of the depth that they've got in their team. But one thing about Brighton, they'll always refresh and always give chance to the youth. So I think that's something that you're going to expect in terms of good performances from Brighton. But you're not sure because they have to juggle Europe, so that could be a problem. But I have a lot of big hopes for Brighton, and I'm expecting them to finish 8th. Aston Villa, I think this is the year that they may drop to 7th. It could be a false dawn because they've signed some very good players. You know, Manzambi, who was exceptional for Switzerland in the World Cup. Majo, who was fantastic against PSG last week. You know, Aston Villa are very good at refreshing their squad. And you know that Unai Emery is going to be a soldier man as well. But they've got Champions League to comprehend with. And I think the fact that Tottenham and Chelsea, the two losers from last year, who have to play games once a week, will end up just pipping them higher in terms of positions. And then all the other 5 teams I have not named Chelsea and Tottenham are just teams that are better than Aston Villa, and I expect that to show. I think this season we will see the return of the original top 6 to be in the top 6. So those are my top 7. Now for the big boys, the top 6. I actually have Tottenham finishing 6th, and that is because Tottenham are still Tottenham. They finished 17th back-to-back seasons. Yes, they've brought out the checkbook and splashed the cash on Tonali, Van Hecke. Who did they not sign? Matias Fernandez. Overpaying for all these people. But at the end of the day, your strikers are Richarlison and Dominic Solanke. Mohamed Kudus still not fit. Matthias Tel is starting as your left winger. We're still not sure when Kulusevski will ever play football again. We're not sure when James Maddison will play football ever again. Or is Gallagher going to be your starting cam? That does not necessarily excite me. Fernandez and Tonali seem like good midfielders, but when you compare it to the midfield of the 5 teams above Tottenham in this ranking, I'm not quite sure that they have enough to usurp anybody. But when you see where Tottenham are coming from, even them just finishing 6th this year will be a massive upgrade from back-to-back 17th place finishes. So that is where I have Tottenham finishing. Man United, I think they will finish 5th. I think they're going to struggle playing 2 games a week. Man United fans, they are the kings of getting carried away. The way they talk about their team, you would think they are so amazing. Then all of a sudden, when you see the way they're glazing Arsenal's players, when they heard Miles Lewis Kelly could sign for them, did you see their excitement? Oh my God, I didn't know they rated Lewis Kelly that highly. Big liars. If you see the way that we try to slander Arsenal, you think they're not coveting our superstars. Meanwhile, they're going to a season with Benjamin Sesko as their starting striker. When I look at the teams, the players they sign in midfield, Tielemans, Andre Santos, those are the kind of signings Arsenal made when we're trying to finish in the top 4. If Bruno Fernandes does not keep up his exceptional form, they're in big trouble. That's my read of Man United. Honestly, like, I can't believe there's parts of them that ever thought they could challenge for the title. When I tell you deluded fan base, Delulu is the only Selulu. Apart from Chelsea, there's no that Delulu fan base like Man United. I'm telling you. 40-year Premier League trophy droughts from next year. So-called biggest club in England. Like joke, we'll soon reach 20 years. Let's keep observing. But I think they'll finish fifth, and they'll be very lucky because the Premier League will get 2 of the additional spots of the Champions League. So they'll just sneak into the Champions League. Fifth place, I've got Liverpool in fourth, and that is mainly because of Adoni Iraola. He's a fantastic manager. Liverpool were champions not too long ago, and we know about how they really botched their team progression last year. You know, just spending money they didn't need to spend. You know, but when you look at the pieces they have, could Florian Wirtz flourish again? Maybe, but I still wait to see that ignite. What are we gonna see from Rio Gomoa? What are we gonna see from Szoboszlai? Is Alexander Isak going to be the Isak of Newcastle 2025 and 2024? That remains to be seen. How is the Ekitike injury going to affect them? You know, are they going to sign Barcola? I still don't think it's the needle mover to that extent. You know, who's going to be Salah's placement? Who's the talisman? I'm not sure. Jeremy Jacquet and Van Dijk, is that good enough for your team? I'm not sure. Your right backs are still Jeremy Frimpong. Yeah, that stinks. You know, Kirkesh, what's it going to look like? Your midfield, are you going to replenish? Can Gravenberch, McAllister, and Szoboszlai go again? It remains to be seen. But I do think that because of their manager, they should maintain their spot in the Champions League and finish fourth. So, of course, the perennial looking at other people, I have Chelsea finishing third. I think that's primarily a benefit of them playing once a week. And also, I think the biggest masterstroke of the Blue Coat era, when it's time to be serious, is the fact that they got Xabi Alonso to sign as their manager, even ahead of Liverpool. Everybody who's been in Nigeria Football Weekly's community for years knows how much I followed Bayer Leverkusen as Xabi Alonso's coaching career for them. This man turned Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella into invincibles. They were one game away from winning, for not losing an entire game across the Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal, and Europa League until that man, Ademola Lookman, scored a hat-trick against them in the final. Xabi Alonso is an exceptional manager, and anybody who does not say that is just lying to themselves. Even the old Real Madrid bullshit, it was just politics. This man, when he left Madrid, they were top of the league, or at least closer to Barcelona than they were at the end of the season. There was no reason to push him out except for player power. And honestly, now that he's been given the keys at Chelsea, I don't think we've seen a Blue Coat manager have this much authority. And you can see by the signings they've made, especially like Morgan Rogers, for example. They've tried to beef up the team in ways that the manager has asked for. I think João Pedro is going to have another exceptional season. And the fact that Welbeck is the backup striker, I think is a good omen. If they keep Jackson, even better. I think Jackson is still much better than a lot of their options. We always see the Cole Palmer of the past. It remains to be seen. What happens with Estevao? What happens with Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia? There's a few question marks, but I think their attack, they have Johnny Bravo syndrome. Their attack, they could be a bit more expectant. But their defense is where you really see stars. It reminds me of the Arsene Wenger top 4 days, where your attack could be very, very good. But if your defense is shambolic, I'm sorry, who do they have in defense? Hato. I know Adarabaya doesn't start for you. Blue Coat Warriors, tell me now. Wesley Fofana. Who again? Either way, the point is none of them are good enough. They are praying that Penders will be their starting goalkeeper. That's not a serious club trying to challenge for the title. So I do think because of the lack of games to play every week, Chelsea should have that full focus to really, really make a big dart towards the Champions League spots. And I think they will finish third. So I'm even being nice to you guys. Lacroix is a good defender. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anu. So Lacroix is going to be good for them. But like I said, it's so interesting being an Arsenal fan now, because when you look at certain teams, you're looking at all these players, and I now realize how the teams that were topping the league used to look at Arsenal when we were finishing fourth. When you have Saliba, Gabriel, Mosquera, and Capie, there are some center backs you're up sign, and you're just like, oh well. We saw Lacroix played when Saliba got injured for France, man. They were just entering him anyhow. But he's a good enough center back. He'll be good enough for Chelsea. So I think Chelsea will be all right, but they need to upgrade their goalkeeper. So that leaves the final two, and we saw the final two in the community shield yesterday. I am not getting carried away. Man City will still be back with the bang. They still have Erling Haaland. Semenyo is still going to Semenyo next year. Obviously, Rodri is going to be a big miss for them. And let's see if Ayubuadi could make it up and become a really generational talent. Maguire is in defense, of course, Ruben Diaz. And they've still got Donnarumma, and they've still got a very good spine. I do think they need another talisman apart from Erling Haaland. And I don't want to get carried away because I actually want a bit of a title race. At least I want you guys to act like you could challenge Arsenal because I like the way small mouth, the small hands they shake. Like somebody inaccurately tried to call the Premier League champions. Very disrespectful. The league that all of us dedicate so much of our time to. Let's not talk about the Premier League champions with respect. But I have to say, after watching yesterday, as an Arsenal fan, I feel pretty good. What I do know is Haaland will still be the top goal scorer. Do not even think about it being someone else. It's not going to happen. Erling Haaland starts the season like a cyborg every year. He's going to score like 10 goals in the first 5 games. Do not think of going without Erling Haaland your FPL. That will not be a smart decision. So I see Man City finishing second. And then it gives me great pleasure. I'll be honest, I don't even think it's bias. I think everybody can admit, unless you really, really hate Arsenal, I cannot see anybody else beating us to the Premier League title. Even without Vinicius. I was telling some of my Arsenal friends in my Arsenal group chat, some Arsenal fans just like to get angry for no reason. Yes, Ben, I'm talking about you. If you see the way they were complaining before this community shoot, all of a sudden, wow, 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 wow. Look at Zolis. Look at Calafiori. You can see why I have so many Calafiori jerseys. I think he's a special left back. Honestly. Then look at Mosquera just entering that Saliba position and just playing like nothing changed. Ben White is still even looking fitter than he ever has. Gabriel's going to Gabriel. Raya is going to remind everybody why he's the best goalkeeper in the Prem. Look at look at Luis Kelly and Guimaraes. Do you know how sick your midfield is that you're bringing on Declan Rice after 60 minutes? Thank God. I'm going to finish people this year. Odegaard looks like the Norway Odegaard. Did you see Odegaard's goal? This guy scored 1 goal in the Premier League last season. He said, don't worry, I'm going to remind you people I scored 15 goals without any from penalties 3 seasons ago. And I like how he has started as he means to proceed. So fantastic. Ebereze come up from the bench. Saka, Madueke is playing a few too many games, though. You are our star boy. We pay you 300K a week. Figure it out. Zolis, I already know he's going to figure it out. And I already trust my man, Killer Kai. Everyone knows where I love Havertz. If anyone doesn't like Havertz, that's your business. But the honest truth is, I cannot see anybody else beating Arsenal. And I think we're actually going to win the league more comfortably this season. Especially because we've got the monkey off our back. It's all well and good, people trying to troll, which is why I like the balance of trolling and objectivity. But I have to admit, a lot of the Chelsea fans in the comments, you can tell when it comes to Premier League football, they get rattled. Because all of a sudden, objectivity goes out the window. In the heart of us, they know Arsenal is the likely champion. But of course, for banter. But me, I like the balance of banter to be lower and let's be objective as much as possible. So that's my predictions for the Premier League. Like I said, top goal scorer is Erling Haaland. Top assist man, I think we're going to finally see Odegaard get back to Odegaard ways. So I'm going to go with Martin Odegaard for top assister. Team of the season, we'll wait and see who that's going to be like. But the one thing I'm confident about is that Arsenal will definitely retain the Premier League title. So look out for that. Just before I go into the other sections, I will do the quiz last. But I want everybody to know about the FPL code. Please make sure you join the FPL League. Like I said, the winner this year is going to be given a brand new Super Eagles jersey. Maybe, okay, I don't think they're going to make a new jersey for us because this is our new jersey they released. We have not worn it for a tournament yet. So we're going to have to wear that jersey next summer. But by God's grace, Nagitan will have Osimhen name on the back. So make sure you join the FPL League. The code is VANN3N. Make sure you join the league before Friday starts. I will be giving the winner of the league a brand new Nigeria jersey. And if I win it myself, I will give myself a jersey. So fantastic. And we take it from there. So that's my FPL announcement. I will do the quiz at the end of the show, but I want to make sure I bring all the information on how everyone has performed for this week to your listening pleasure. Let me just go through a few comments. You see what I said about trolling? This same Adeola just posted that Arsenal, you can only see Arsenal winning the Premier League. I told you, Chelsea fans, I'm telling you, look at a grown man comment. May God help you all. They sack Madugu, good. They need Madugu is not the only problem. Oh. They must sack the whole NFF board. They're all useless. Sydney, please, I hope you eat that Champions League. Oh. I hope that Champions League gets you into Champions League this year. Just the same way it took Nottingham Forest into the Champions League. And it's taking Aston Villa back. Eat that Champions League. God bless you. God bless you all. You say Maresca caused it. Everybody's to blame. It's never you people. You see, we'll be there. I'll see your third place. I'll see your third place. Shout out to 11. You're 11 years old. That is amazing. Wow. Shout out to the youth, man. That's amazing. I'm telling you, Aaron, man. Coventry may stay up. I won't be surprised, my brother. To be honest, FMK, how do I say it's the right way? As my squad is right now, I am winning the Premier League. I'm going back to the Champions League final. Any additions, we'll take it. If it does not come, we're okay. We are very okay. Dr. Rolly SB, shout out to you, my brother. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Hope you've enjoyed the chat. Sorry about the length of it. The live streams, I try to keep them long on Monday because I know during the week, obviously, everyone's busy. But hope you've enjoyed the content and shout out to you always. Who's this? Cannot. You see what I'm saying, Shehu? If I wanted to be serious with you, this is not a comment that warrants an answer. Imagine you're a Premier League champion. Someone's trying to clown you that you not sign your primary target. But then the left winger you signed gave 2 assists against Man City yesterday. You know what they say? There's a kind of banter that used to piss me off when I was not Premier League champion. I'm going to be honest with you guys, especially Chelsea fans. You're going to have to work a lot harder with your jokes. You're going to have to work a lot harder. A lot harder. A lot harder. Premier League champion, they want me. Very funny people. I'm telling you, man. I think Newcastle are going to finish lower. I think they could even go into relegation, but I don't want to do that one too much. I think last say don't compare us Newcastle. Newcastle finished 14th, you finished 10th. I know in the same bracket. See my life. Now, wow. Ryan is definitely going places. Definitely going places. Definitely going places. I'm glad Ojo Samuel Okpeyemi is here. He's always honest. I'm scared for my Man United this season. We haven't signed a proper DM, and we still need reinforcements in the left back position. I can't endure another torture of teams cooking us. Wait, do I go to Old Trafford early? I like playing Old Trafford. That's another place that I've been winning anyhow recently. I want to go to Old Trafford. But you see the beautiful thing about Chelsea are coming to Emirates very soon. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We will be there. We will be there. Chelsea. Oh, they will come and give us our normal. We'll give them our normal 3-0. We always pace them. And I already know my boy Killer Kai got at least 2 for them. Oh, God, I can't wait for the season to start. Hallelujah. I'm telling you, Aaron, Tottenham had a near-death experience. I was driving somewhere on Saturday night, and there was a Tottenham preseason game. And I saw all these Tottenham fans wearing the jersey. I was like, man, all these people support Tottenham? I couldn't believe it. Lord, I beg, we dirtied you. Aaron, they're not due anything, man. They're not due to win anything. I'm sure we all watched the Comedy Show yesterday. This Rihanna rain just won't let up. Hey, this Gunner's rain just won't let up. Lacroix, we'll see how they go. I appreciate our news honesty here. Arsenal be the team to beat, put the spotlight on them, and teams will be packing the bus against them. What they do for the last 2 years, my brother? Is it not pack boss? You people clown us that we scored set piece. Tire. I don't see how the statement changes anything. In fact, this year, after what I saw yesterday, bring on the low block. You are now telling me I've added Bruno Guimaraes and Zolis to my corner taking triumphate. And I'm signing some more tall brothers to come and be heading in corners. Don't worry. And they said that you cannot hold in the box again. So Gabriel will be getting free runs on these people. We'll be there. Look at this. How can number 10th in England be telling me about Pedro Neto? Please, Adeola, respect yourself. Respect the champion. Enough is enough. Aaron, even without Osimhen, we're winning the Premier League. But if we sign Osimhen somehow, all of you forget about it. In fact, I don't even want to think about it because you are telling me that I will know this number 9 of Arsenal personally. God is good. Let me not get excited. You see, you see the honesty now. I see us now winning the league again. It not said that one before. Oh, under reconstruction. I love that word so much. I do agree with you, Kennedy. Thank you for this comment. They need to review and make the NFF electoral process transparent, not just the FA allowed to vote. You are totally right. Shout out to you, Dr. Rowley. He says, enjoy while I'm working. Shout out to you, a moment with the Lord 6619. Thanks for the kind words. He says, hello, Olu, and good evening, my sports talking drum. Hope you're doing great. You are blessed, bro. Thanks so much for the kind words, sir. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Ojo Sarolokpe, he says, government of Nigeria can impose a ban on NFF using all facilities of government and with all funding from them. My brother, at this point, we have to hope for something drastic like this. I'm telling you, honestly. Osimhen Arsenal scoring 50 goals, 30 corners. I'm glad you guys know. If Osimhen should sign for Arsenal, oh, that me go so. You know it's trouble. No, I knew said I will go for 21 days fasting prayer. Now that is what that's the kind of banter I enjoy. That was hilarious. That was bloody hilarious. Okay. I want to make sure I bring all this content to you guys. Then we'll wrap up with the quiz quickly. Let me try and see if I can end the show in the next 15 minutes for your listening pleasure. So, football is back, guys, and we have some stand-up performance to talk about. Starting with the one and only Victor Osimhen. The Turkish league started on Friday. Galatasaray in action against newly promoted Kurum FC. Somehow, Galatasaray found themselves down by 2-1. But of course, we already know who scored a brace for Galatasaray in the opening game of the season. We know that the Turkish league Trabzonspor Beşiktaş, they've been stocking up to try to dethrone the champion Galatasaray. Galatasaray have also been looking for ways to improve their squad, and you have to say that they'll be feeling confident about going again in the league. I must say that Fenerbahce have made quite a few improvements, especially Lukaku, Greenwood. They look like their squad is really stacked. You know, Kante, Guendouzi, Nathan Ake at centre-back, Ederson in goal. On paper, I would say Fenerbahce's squad has almost usurped Galatasaray. But the one thing Galatasaray have that nobody else in Turkey has is VO9 or VO45, the machine. And VO45 yet again, courtesy of a fantastic header in the final 10 minutes of the game, was there to head in a fantastic goal from a corner kick into the back of the net to make it 2-2 for the defending champions. But unfortunately, Galatasaray started their league season with a draw against the newly promoted side Kurum FC. But good to see Osimhen starting the season like he ended it, and of course, already being up and running when it comes to goals for the season. Also, the Super Eagles' other starting number 9, Ako Adams, had a fantastic debut to speak of for Venezia. Over the weekend, he made his competitive debut for Venezia because the Italian Serie A does not start until this weekend. But for the previous weekend, all 14 teams, everybody that did not finish first to sixth, has to play in the Coppa Italia. So, Venezia, of course, being newly promoted, were in action against Modena. And I have to say, Ako Adams had a fantastic debut. Would you believe he got an assist and scored a brace on his debut for Venezia to already show the Venice faithful what they can expect? I also love the way he scored some of the goals. His assist was incredible. And even though his final goal to make it 3-2 was off a deflected effort, it was him showing the nuance and the effort and the courage to take the shot from outside the box. Swiveled with the shot, and then he hit the player and went straight to the back of the net. And of course, when your first match is a 2-goal performance and 1 assist performance, my friend, you have endeared yourselves very well to your team. However, I will say that Modena are a Serie B side, but you did what you had to do in front of your home faithful. And we will now see how Ako Adams gets on in his first Serie A game starting this weekend. But shout out to Ako Adams. The more of our starting 11 performing well in Europe, the better for me. I don't want any of our starting 11 players not delivering this year. Then we'll be doing comma. Do you remember for the whole of last year, we waited to see who will be Osimhen's strike partner? Because all the other attackers decided that they will stop flourishing. I don't want to see that this year. So even though I'm not the most impressed or happiest about Ako Adams joining Venezia, I am hoping that he has a spectacular season, makes all of us eat our words, and scores at least 15 Serie A goals. That would be fantastic and amazing for Ako Adams. And of course, we know that after this season coming, we have a AFCON to play. So we need all our players firing on all cylinders all year. We literally have AFCON qualifiers in just over 5 weeks' time. So now, as our players are firing, we need them to start the season well. We don't need any Usain Bolt starts. We need a strong start. Strong. Who used to have a strong start? Asafa Powell. That would be amazing. So that is exactly what I want to see. Shout out to Akko Adams. Also, Super Eagles right back Ryan Alebioshu got an assist and won the Man of the Match award for Blackburn in their season opener in the championship as they drew 2-2 against Wolverhampton. Unknowingly, he made a mistake in stoppage time, which got Wolves the equalizer, but his performance was so incredible that he was still named Man of the Match. Ryan Alebioshu is one of the most fantastic performing fullbacks I've ever seen when it comes to attacking play. Always in the opposition final third, very good with his cross and his cutbacks. And I must say, I'm very surprised he's starting the season playing for Blackburn Rovers. Very, very surprised. This is a good enough player to play in the top 5 leagues. I have no doubt about that. But still, I'm very happy to see him start the season well. And we wish him all the best as the season progresses. Maduka Okoye, the most popular footballer in the world, not named Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. Thankfully, he has recovered fantastically well from his initial injury, and he was in goal as Udinese started their season in the Coppa Italia on Saturday, as Udinese played second division Padova, and Maduka Okoye kept a clean sheet as Udinese romped to a 1-0 victory. Padova was so poor that Maduka did not have to make any saves, but I know that there was a moment where we thought he may be injured for the first few weeks of the season, so I am very, very happy that Maduka is already back, keeping clean sheets and playing. It's all well and good getting attention from the celebrity world and all that, but the main thing that will sustain Maduka Okoye and keep him as a superstar is what he does on the football pitch. I am pleased that last season he got 10 clean sheets in Serie A for Udinese in 28 games. Remember, he did not play until October last year, so he missed the first 3 months of the season. So to have Maduka Okoye fit and firing, and remember, he was named Udinese Player of the Season last year. That's why I don't like when people try and make it seem like Maduka is just a fine boy. There is no Nigerian player, apart from Tochukwu Nadi, that improved as much as an individual player based on where they were before and where they are at the end of the season than Maduka Okoye, whether anybody likes it or not. That's the honest truth and what the data shows. He's already on his way to becoming one of the most popular footballers in Italy and worldwide. And honestly, with how useless the NFF are and the fact that they don't know how to do any PR or marketing, it's like Maduka Okoye will be our outlet to marketing. But I am most pleased about the fact that he gets to start the season and he gets to run back the mid-season he had last year yet again. So Maduka Okoye, well done for your clean sheet, and we go again for this season. Also, left back Super Eagle prospect Isaac James, who we covered throughout last season as he started against Valverca in the Portuguese league. Isaac James got an assist for Valverca in their second league game of the season against Estrela as they drew 2-2 in the Portuguese league over the weekend. Speaking of Estrela, Abraham Marcos, who was called up to the Super Eagles squad under Iguavon one time, he's actually had a bit of a remontada in his career. Last year, he got, I think, 6 goals and 8 assists for Estrela, and he started the season well for Estrela again. He actually scored the equalizer for Estrela on Saturday in their 2-2 draw against Alverca. He is a right winger, but he can also play as number 10. I think he's a bit too far down the pecking order right now, but he's a player where if he keeps producing well, he could get up to speed when it comes to the Super Eagles. And also, positive news, even though this player, I think, has played himself out of Super Eagles for now, Rafael Durosimi continues to make his move to Belgium pay. He scored for the second game in a row for Genk, as this time Genk finally registered a win in the Belgian First Division by beating Westerlo by 3-2. This means that Rafael Durosimi now has 2 goals in 2 games for Genk, and he's on his way to rebuilding his career after his ill-fated move to Pizza after he left Victoria Pilsen in January. So shout out to him for that. Also, Gift Urban got an assist in his opening debut for Ahmed Sportif, the newly promoted side in the Turkish Super League. They beat Erzurumspor by 3-0, and good to see Gift Urban gets an assist, even though I think he's also very, very far away from the Super Eagles. In more positive news, number 10 that I've been telling you about, Mubarak Suleiman. You guys have heard me say the North is coming. Zadok Yohana, right wing. Sani Suleiman, left wing, Leipzig. Number 10, Mubarak Suleiman. Mubarak Suleiman made at least 20 appearances for Slavia Prague last year, including in the Champions League. And this year, the Slavia Prague manager has decided it is time for you to shine, my boy. Mubarak Suleiman has started at least 2 of the first 4 games of Slavia Prague this season. The defending Czech Republic champions, who will go straight into the Champions League and have at least 5 Nigerian players, including 2 Super Eagles, going straight into the Champions League. And you mean the 18-year-old number 10 is playing and starting games for Slavia Prague now. And he also got an assist on Sunday as they drew 2-2 against Slovan Liberec. That makes me very excited. For everybody in the comments talking about Nigeria's continuity, I'm telling you, Nigeria is coming. When the time is ready, I will do another video on our talent pool for 2030. But I'm telling you guys, we have so many players to track over the season. That's why sometimes the live streams get pretty long. But I think it's my duty to still bring out all the content, especially for those that will still listen to everything. But watch out for Mubarak Suleiman. Watch out for Mubarak Suleiman. I'm telling you guys, this boy is coming. He's coming, and he's coming with the bang. So, I am pleased to do the first official Starboy of the week of the 2026-2027 season. Drum roll, please. Surely I must have a drum roll sound. Where's my drum roll sounds? Where's my drum roll sounds? In bronze medal for the week, we will give it to Rafael Durosimi after having a terrible second half of the season at Pizza in Syria after scoring on his debut and then going on a scoring drought to the end of the season. Rafael Durosimi has scored 2 goals in 2 games now for Genk, and he scored in their 3-2 win over Westerlo on the weekend as they romped to their first win of the season in the Belgian Jupiter League. And in silver medal this week. It's not every day he gets gold medal. So usually he gets the gold medal. But for this week, we're going to give Victor Osimhen the silver medal for his brace for Galatasaray in their season opener against Kurum FC, who are a newly promoted side in the Turkish league. Yet again, putting his club on his back, reminding everyone that he's the most important player, not just at Galatasaray, but in the whole of Turkey. And he's still the king of that country and the king of Istanbul. And yet again, when they were on the brink of losing, this is a team that did not lose a single match in the Super League last year until like match day 32. And they were about to lose their first game at home. And Victor Osimhen said, not on my watch. I am different gravy. Pulled out the bag, got them a brace as they got a draw. And of course, they'll go again with their 3 games to play for the rest of the season. So shout out to VO45. But a gold medal this week, already reminding us to eat our words. It has to go to the one and only, the one with 5 goals in only 14 appearances for the Super Eagles, Ako Jerome Adams, for his 2-goal and 1 assist performance for Venezia in the beautiful city of Venice, coming to score the last-minute winner as Venezia beat Modena by 3-2 in their first official game of the season, progressing in the Coppa Italia 1 week before they make the official return back to the top of the table in Italy, which is Syria, which is, of course, also partly supported by my favorite musician in the world, Drizzy Drake. And we all know that Venice have all the nice kits. So, Ako Adams, thank you for shutting some of us up with an incredible performance to start in your first official game for Venezia. So you, my boy, Ako Adams, are the Starboy of the week. And if this is how you're going to start, I am very excited to see what's to come when the season kicks off next week in Serie A. So that is the Starboy of the week. So before I go to the comments, because I want to go through all the comments, let me quickly remind everybody of the weekend player reviews and what's to come. Premier League faithful! I can't believe the Prem is back. I'm so excited. Oh my God. And I get to watch the champions on Friday. Well, so the Nigerian boys are back. Somebody say what? The Nigerian boys are back in the Prem. You guys know last season, one of my biggest pet peeves was the lack of enough Nigerians in the Premier League. It used to piss me off so much. Like there was a time we'd have at least 6-7 players in the Prem. And last year, we had quite a few go away. But I am pleased to mention that now we have Zarakiwana in the building. Taiwo Awoniyi looks like he's going to be starting games. Franco Yeka looks like he's going to be starting games for sure. Shemi Ajayi is back in the Premier League. Even Chuba Akpom is back in the Premier League. And all I know is about to start the season fit, which he did not do last year. And of course, we know that the 2 boys that will always make us happy, The Fulham boys, the ones that do not talk too much in West London compared to their other similar sized neighbor that likes to talk too much, Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey will never let us down for club and country. That one is a sure given. So I am very, very delighted to say that this weekend coming, the Prem is going to officially resume. And next week, Monday, we're going to do our first live stream at 7 o'clock. And the reason why you guys know I'm going to do it at 7 is because 8 p.m. this time next week, we would have finished watching the first Monday night football game of the Premier League season, which will be all the Blue Coat fans in the community playing against Fulham at Craven Cottage this time next week. So Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey, my former gunner, I know what you have for me, and I'm excited to see how that game goes. Also, Nottingham Forest will be in action over the weekend in one of the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Ola I knows Nottingham Forest will be playing against Leeds United at the City Ground at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Very excited. My main goal for Ola I know, become a starter again and do not get injured. This summer, we've seen Ola I know try to build his punditry career. Good. Now it's time to remind these people. All I know, you may not make the next World Cup because of your age. But that next AFCON next summer, Osai Samuel, thank you for your work. Ale Bioshu, thank you for your work. Samuel Isife, thank you for your work. Abdullah Berene, thank you for your work. All the other right backs we have, thank you for your work. But you see, the best right back we have is still Olaoluwa Aina. And we need Olaoluwa Aina to remind everybody why he was in contention to be in the Premier League team of the season in the year 2024/2025. And remind these people. So Ola Aina, I want to be reviewing your performance on Monday and just be smiling from ear to ear. Why did I say ear to ear? Teeth to teeth. Oh, okay, what's going on? So, and then Brighton, Zarakiana, will he make his Premier League debut on Sunday at 2 p.m.? Brighton will be playing against Aston Villa at Amex Stadium. I'm very excited about this one. You guys know how the lengths we went to cover Zarakiana in Sweden. I also did not mention, but I went to boarding school near Brighton, so I have a soft spot for Brighton, and I'm quite excited about Zarakiana's season. I know he will start with very minimal minutes because Diego Gomez is going to start, but I think there's a chance he may make his debut on the day because Fabian Hustler seems to be giving him 5-10 minutes here or there. So watch this space. But very excited to see what Zarakiana can do in the Premier League. But I just want to urge everyone, temper your expectations for Zarakiana. He's not going to blow everybody out of the water to start with, but it will happen eventually, is my hope for him. So watch this space for Zadok. Coventry boys, Franco Eka and Tara Oni, of course, will be in action against the champions Arsenal on Friday. I hope they both play well, but I cannot lie and tell you that I hope they win. I hope we beat them 3-0. But I wish them so well for the season, and they will do well. Let's see if Shemi Ajayi can hold down a starting spot for Hull. They will be playing against Manchester United at home on Saturday in the early kickoff. So very excited to have an early kickoff game on Saturday. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then Chuba Akpom will be in action in 3 p.m. game against Sunderland at home. So look out for those games. So that's the Premier League. And also just in terms of the Premier League fixtures, of course, Arsenal play Coventry 8 p.m. I've mentioned Hull playing Man United. We also have Everton playing Crystal Palace in a 3 p.m. kickoff on Saturday. And then we'll see Brentford host Spurs at the GTEC Stadium at 5:30. And then on Sunday, we've got 2 p.m. games as Man City host Bournemouth. Semenyo playing against his old side. And then, of course, at 4:30, we'll see Newcastle play Liverpool at St. James's Park, which I think would be a great game. Remember, that was one of the best games we saw at the start of the season last year when Rio Ngomora scored a last-minute goal. So I think we're very excited to see that one out. And I think the West London derby between Fulham and Chelsea is a fantastic way to kick off the season in the Premier League. So watch out for that space. Also in the Championship, Otto Okonkwo was not in the squad for Wrexham. Watch this space. It looks like Okonkwo needs to make a move after he's falling out to favor at Wrexham. We'll see what happens in the next game. Brightside Samuel played 90 minutes for Birmingham in the 0-0 draw against Sheffield United on Saturday. Next up for him, they play Bristol City at home. I still hope Osai Samuel can get out of there, but it looks like he's going to stay. Ale Bioshu already spoke about his excellent performance for Blackburn. Oladapo Afolayan also played 68 minutes in that game. Next up for Blackburn, they play Middlesbrough at home on Saturday. So let's see how Ale Bioshu gets on at Ewood Park. And we know that Gabriel Osho is currently starting for Cardiff at the moment as they play Wrexham in the Welsh derby right now. The game is about to end and Cardiff are losing by 1-0. But I think they've just given Cardiff a penalty in the final minutes of the game. The Wrexham coach looks absolutely devastated. We'll watch that space if they score. Serie A, we already spoke about Venezia, but I'm pleased to mention that they will kick off the season this Sunday, 5:30 p.m. against Lecce at home. So Aquadam should have an opportunity to score another goal. Faria, to answer your question on AFCON, next AFCON is in June and July 2027 next year, taking place in East Africa, the first AFCON in 50 years in East Africa. So Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda will joint host. I hope that answers your question. Maduka will open the season for Syria against Como at home on Saturday. So excited to see how he performs against us. Oh my God, what a goal! Oh my God! The Cardiff guy, last minute of the game, free kick from outside the box. This guy slapped the ball top bids. Oh my God! What a free kick, son! Bloody hell! Raw! Top bids, bruv. Oh my God, sorry about that. So yeah, Maduka, let's see how you going against us Fabregas boys, who of course will play in Champions League. Fisao Delebashiru played 90 minutes, but Lazio continued to falter. They lost 2-0 to Mantova in the Coppa Italia. I don't know what that's going to do for Fisao Delebashiru's prospects, but thankfully they get to go again in Serie A on Monday against Bologna. Ebenezer Kisomero did not play for Monza in the Coppa Italia on Friday, but let's see if he makes it's unlikely he'll make his debut because Monza's first game of the season is away against Inter Milan, which is, of course, his parent club where he's been loaned from. So I really think that we're not going to see Akisomero play until next week. But I'm very excited to see how Akisomero goes on. Also, guys, remember Kevin Akpoguma, who has like 2 caps for Nigeria? He officially moved from Hoffenheim to Frosinone in the summer. He played 90 minutes as Frosinone actually beat Juventus Stabia, which is the second team of Juventus, by 4-1 in the Coppa Italia. And as a result of beating the second team of Juventus, he has been rewarded with an opening Serie A match where they'll be playing the actual Juventus on Sunday. Akpoguma has had a terrible time in the last 2 years of his career, so we wish him well and hope that he can, find a way to bounce back in his career this season. So I wish him all the best. In La Liga, Adebayo Lookman has taken the number 11 jersey officially. He's no longer number 22, so he will now be number 11, and I expect him, now he has a full preseason under his belt, I expect him to have even a bigger role to play for Atletico Madrid, especially with the Alvarez rumors and all of that. Adebayo Lookman will start in La Liga on Wednesday. They play Malaga at home. Guys, what's wrong with La Liga? Did you notice that some La Liga games were played over this weekend, but then all the big boys did not play? Why not just make everybody start at the same time? That was very curious decision making. But yeah, Lookman plays on Wednesday against Malaga at home. And then Atletico Madrid play their biggest rival in terms of league position last year, Villarreal, at home on Sunday at the Wanda Metropolitano. Adebaba, wish you a great year. 20 goals minimum. You are capable. 20 goals minimum. Chida Ejuke actually played 12 minutes for Sevilla as they started their season with the win over Rayo Vallecano on Saturday. Of course, Ejuke is always going to be a bencher, but it's good to see him coming off the bench and playing minutes. And for Sevilla to start their season with the win, we have to thank God because you know how useless they can be sometimes. But next up for them, they play Athletic Bilbao away on Saturday. And then Umar Sadiq will start the season this weekend against Celta Vigo at home for Valencia, so we wish him well. In the Bundesliga, Nathan Teller and Victor Boniface will resume their campaign for Bayer Leverkusen this weekend in the DFB Pokal where they play Wehen with Baden. Obviously, we all saw Victor Boniface's fantastic goal for Leverkusen against Newcastle over the weekend. I am really praying to God that this is going to be the bounce back season of Victor Boniface. You guys know me on this channel. I love Victor Boniface so much. I think talent-wise, apart from Osimhen, he's our second most talented striker for sure. So by God's grace, Boniface is going to find the strength. And just remember who he is. And he needs to start this weekend in DFB Pokal. There's a new manager at Leverkusen, new fresh start, and it looks like they're not going to loan him out. And he's been back in preseason from the beginning, so I would love to see him get a run in the team and actually start. So let's see how that gets on from this weekend. Rafael Yerika will also be in action for Eintracht Frankfurt in the DFB Pokal. DJ Kete Twinner will bring you the updates from that. Jonathan Arriga will also be in action for Hamburg in the DFB Pokal on Monday. We'll bring you the updates. Aalborg, they have Uchenna Ogundu, one of the strikers that were really tracking on Nigeria Football Weekly, and I expect him to have a breakout season as a striker. He was in the Turkish league up until January. Aalborg signed him in January. They were just trying to rest him and get him into a position where he could play some minutes for them. So watch this space. I will bring you the updates as and when needed. Also, Felix Agu will return this weekend in DFB Pokal. And finally, we will see if Sani Suleiman of Leipzig will finally get a run out for RB Leipzig, especially now that they've sold Jan Diamande. And we know that Antonio Nusa will still play games, but I think Sani Suleiman could get blooded into the team. In Ligue 1, Tochiko Nadi will resume the season on Friday, as Marseille, the masters of playing games on Friday, will be in action against Strasbourg at home on Friday. So Blue Coast Junior Brothers. Moses Simon will also start the season for Paris FC away against Troyes. And Terry Murphy is one to monitor because I don't think he will stay at Nice, but we're yet to see where he's going to move. And there's 2 weeks left of transfer window to see where he's going to be playing his football this season. In Portugal, Zeru Sanusi was in action for Porto again as they won their second game from 2, beating Rio Ave 2-0. He will play Aruca at home on Sunday. As for Isaac James, I already mentioned that he got an assist against Estrella. Next up for him, they play Sporting CP away on Saturday. And as for Abraham Marcos, after scoring a goal for Estrella against Alverca, he will be playing against Nacional away on Sunday. Finally, we have another striker called Umar Abubakar, who plays for Famalicão. He came off the bench, played the final 14 minutes. They 2-1 loss to Maritimo on Sunday and will next be in action against Santa Clara. In Belgium, I already spoke about Drosini's exploits as Genk finally beat Westerlo and won their first game of the season, 3-2. They will be in action against Royal Antwerp away on Saturday. In Turkey, I already spoke about Osimhen's performance against Kurum FC. Next up for Galatasaray, they play Erzurumspor away on Friday. These teams, man. This is why I say that I like covering Osimhen, but when you look at the level of teams they are playing, Kurum FC, Erzurumspor away. Anyway, it is well. We wish everybody well. Trabzonspor, Ponovacho, and Chipkenwa will play 90 minutes as Trabzonspor started their season with the 1-1 draw against Kashimpasa. Mohamed Salah came off the bench, so let's see what that looks like for the season. Imagine how many assists Salah may give Onuachu. I think that'll be interesting to see. One thing to note is Trabzonspor in Europa League qualification, they have to play against Ferencvaros at home, who of course have the Nigerian player Bamdele Yusuf at 6 p.m. on Thursday. So we'll see how that game goes. Then Trabzonspor plays Istanbul Basaksehir on Sunday at 5 p.m. As for Besiktas, Wilfred Ndidi came on in the 89th minute as Besiktas beat Eyüpspor 1-0 on Sunday. That is probably because Besiktas are also in action in Europa League qualification, and we know they lost the Europa League qualification last year. So they play FK Kaunas Žalgiris of Lithuania, and it's on them to make sure that they finally win this time. Next up for them, they play Antalyaspor away on Sunday, so watch this space. Of course, I mentioned our Gift Urban's team won 3-0 against Erzurumspor on Sunday, and Gift Urban's Ahmed Sportif are actually top of the league after one game. As for Anthony Dennis, he played for Godsepe tonight. They played against Samsunspor, and I'm sure my boy Anthony Dennis played. They drew 3-3. Oh, what a game. Wait, Anthony Dennis did not even start. He's not even in the squad. Could they be trying to sell him? Watch this space. So no Anthony Dennis. I think he may be getting sold. Anyway, after that, in the Dutch Eredivisie, after Arkudari got an assist last week, he played 3 minutes on Thursday in the Conference League qualifiers as Ajax drew 2-2 against Shelburne. And then he played 3 minutes on Sunday as Ajax drew 2-2 against Herenveen. Next up for Ajax, they play Sion away, the Swiss side, in the Conference League qualifiers on Thursday at 7:15 p.m. As for the Czech Republic League, I already spoke about Mubarak Suleiman and everyone's exploits as they drew against Slovan Liberec on Sunday. Samuel Isife also played that game. Dave Moses played 26 minutes. And we hope that in the next match against Bohemians, we'll see Mubarak continue to play. But Igor Ogbo is still injured. Apart from that, Abdullah Bouene played 90 minutes as Banik Ostrava won 1-0. Remember, he is the right back who had an exceptional game against Poland for Nigeria. As Salim Fago played 12 minutes as Victoria Pilsen beat FC Zlin 3-2 on Saturday. Let's see if he gets some more minutes when they play Red Star Belgrade in Europa League qualifiers on Thursday. In Greece, Onyemechi resumed the season against Atromitos at home on Saturday, while Syrodezas will resume the season on Thursday in Conference League qualifiers against Radek Kralov. In the Swiss League, Filippo Tele will be in action for FC Basel. Also, Victory Akpe. They play FC Zurich away on Saturday, and I need to double check on their European games. In Scotland, Emmanuel Fernandez Rangers continue to struggle. They drew 1-1 and lost on penalties to Jagiellonia Bialystok in Europa League qualifiers. So that means they will now play Conference League qualifiers against Jablonec on Thursday. They finally won their first league game of the season, beating St. Mirren 5-1 on Sunday. But honestly, guys, this is a player that I hope makes a move before the transfer window is over. He's too good for Rangers. And finally, Prosper Oba was on the bench for Shakhtar Donetsk as they beat FC Kharkiv 1-0. Shakhtar Donetsk will also play in the Champions League, so watch out for Prosper Oba this season. As for Daniel Daga, he started yet again as Molda beat Tromsø on Sunday. They're now up to 4th in the Norwegian League. And finally, Bamdele Yusuf played 27 minutes for Envaros in their 1-0 win over Zalagezeg today. So let's see how he gets on when they play Trabzonspor on Thursday. So that's it in terms of the weekend player reviews. Normally, I'll add the ones to watch, but just so you guys know, on Wednesday, Adebobo resumes his La Liga career. Atletico Madrid play Malaga at 8 p.m. On Thursday, we'll see Trabzonspor, Chibike Waiwu, and Polonwachu play against Bamdele Yusuf Ferencvaros for a place in Europa League. Wilfred Ndidi's Besiktas play Kanu Zalgiris at 6 p.m. for a spot in Europa League. That's going to be a first leg. And then for the Conference League qualifiers, Tolera Kodari's Ajax go away to play FC Sion in Switzerland, 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. Syrodezas Panathinaikos will be in action at home against Radek Kralov, 7:30 p.m. Conference League qualifiers. And Emmanuel Fernandez would be in action against Jablonec, 7:30 p.m. Conference League on Thursday. On Friday, Victor Osimhen will then play his second league match of the season as Galatasaray play against Erzurumspor at 7:30 p.m. Tochugo and Adi, one we're very excited for. Marseille will then kick off at 7:45 p.m. against Strasbourg. And of course, 15 minutes later, Taiwo Oni and Franco Yeka's Coventry will resume their Premier League campaign after 20 years against the mighty Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium at 8 p.m. On Saturday, Semia Jais Hull City opened their season against Manchester United, 12:30 kickoff. And then Olaino will play against Leeds United for Nottingham Forest at 3 p.m. Chuba Akpom's Ipswich will also play against Sunderland at 3 p.m. Then we'll see Sevilla Strasbourg play against Athletic Bilbao at 4 p.m. on that day. At 5 p.m., we'll see the Trabzonspor boys, Onuachu and Chibike Waru play against Istanbul Basaksehir. A part of me hopes Chibike Waru can make a move, but if he doesn't make a move this year, he will move to the Premier League next summer for sure. Maruka Okoye will be in action against Como at 5:30 p.m. in Udine. And then let's see if Akiso Miro plays against Inter Milan away at the same time. Omar Siddiq's Valencia opened their season at home at the Mestalla against Celta Vigo. And then later that evening, we see Moses Simon's Paris FC resume their second season in Ligue 1 after their mid-table finish last year. And Isaac James Alverca have a tough test against Sporting Lisbon at the Estadio Alvalade at 8:30 p.m. on Saturday. On Sunday, let's see if Zadokiwana makes his Prem debut at 2 p.m. at Amex Stadium as Brighton play Aston Villa. 4 p.m., Adema Lukman will be playing his second La Liga game as Atletico Madrid host Villarreal. Remember last year, Villarreal finished third and Atletico finished fourth. So that's going to be an interesting game. And then Aquadams opens his Serie A campaign as Venezia play Lecce at home at 5:30 p.m. Then Kevin Akpoguma's Frosinone will be in action against Juventus at 5:30 p.m. And then that evening at 7:30, we will see Wilfred Ndidi's Besiktas go up against Alanya Sport at 7:30 p.m. Running up the ones to watch on Monday, Fisao Delebashu's Lazio plays against Bologna. And then Gift Urban's Ahmed go away to play Kokali Sport. And then, of course, just after we end the show next week, Fulham's Alex Iwobi and Calvin Bassey will be in action against Chelsea at Craven Cottage. So, I have finally gone through everything I wanted to go over. While I go through the comments, I want everybody to join me for a quick start of the season quiz. I will post the link in the comments now for everybody to join. And I want everybody to, who's all 76 of you, if you're still interested in playing the quiz, please do me the honor and I will send you the link. So let's get cracking. And I love that we're playing this with everybody at the beginning. Let me make sure we are in. Okay, so I want to share the pod. Let me share with everybody. So for this quiz, we're going to be reviewing last season. That is the whole idea. And to join as a participant, I just want to share the link. Let me share the link. So to join the quiz, I have posted the link in the comments. I will give everybody 5 minutes to join the link. While I go through the comments, please join the link. I'm tracking everybody that's joining. Should we do an award? No, let's not. Let me know if you can see the link. I haven't seen any joiners yet too. Guys, serious work has gone into this this quiz. Oh my God, Alex Adelakun. How could I not say big thank you? Alex, I just want to say a big thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much for blessing me. As you bless me, God bless you a million folds in Jesus' name. God bless you, and this means the world. As you bless me, God continue to bless you, my brother, in Jesus' name. Thank you. All right, community members, nobody kind of join this quiz. Why am I seeing no participants? Am I doing something wrong? The link is Fugazi. Wait to. Oh yeah, everybody should see it now. So you can see the code. You can see slido.com. And all you have to do is just put in the code in there. That's all. While we're waiting for people to join, let me go to the comments. There's only 3 participants in the quiz for now. I want at least 10. Please, let's test our skills. Shout out to Dr. Rolly. Shout out to Asian SCN. May you not kill yourself in Jesus' name. Tayo B. Shout out to Aaron. Okay, we got 6. Can we get 4 more? Comments. Nigeria finally sacked Madugu. Don't worry, I'll do that one. Yeah, Chelsea fans are hot too. Aaron said, Adam scoring 15 goals and goes to a better team, please. Amen. Aaron Day Emmanuel, shout out to you, my brother. It says, Olu, good evening. Finally, the NFF is going down because all the other sporting sectors seem to be picking up except NFF. We shall see. Once I finish the live, I'll go and check Twitter. Aaron Day Emmanuel says, Olu, funny enough, it's looking like Amorin is seeing something in Chukwueze. I agree. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention Chukwueze. Forgive me. Forgive me. Samuel Chukwueze. I'll make sure we bring the Chukwueze updates next week. I'm actually quite excited to see what happens to him. Just when you're about to lose hope in Chukwueze, he'll reel you in again. That's the Chukwueze life. Okay, we have 10 users. I'll see if we get, I'll give it 1 more minute and let me go through the comments and then we will do the quiz. I agree, Aaron, man. I was hoping Ryan would leave Blackburn as well. I'm telling you, man. Aduba, shout out to Aduba. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well. Says NFF is hindering men's and women's. My brother, what have we not seen? They need to clean house. I'm telling you, too much talent being wasted. I saw this rumor about Bassi being captain of Fulham. I didn't know if it was officially or just for the day. But I love the leadership qualities Bassi shows. In fact, there's a world where I already think he's one of the captains of the Super Eagles. He's definitely more of a leader than most players in our squad. He's one of the people that gets along with everybody. And you can just tell he also shows how good he is based on performance. Oh, wait, some joined us. Okay. Look. Who's that troll? Okay, you better win. Oh. Don't use my name and fail. Don't use my name and fail. Oh. We do not fail. Lord, that was hilarious. JB says, good news. NSC has cancelled upcoming NFF election. They better do. They better do. I hope so, my brother. No, Aaron said that's what happens when Otto is not your starting goalkeeper. Jack Wolfgang said, what ranking would you give VO9 among best striker list? Osimhen is top 5 for me. The only strikers in football that are objectively better than Osimhen: Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, Harry Kane. Is there anybody I'm forgetting? In Premier League, no. Barcelona don't have striker again. I said Mbappe. Alvarez is not better than Osimhen. Not to me. Syria, Lautaro Martinez is not better than Osimhen. I've watched 2 of them go head to head. I know what I preferred. Harry Kane, sorry. Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe. Top 5 for sure. I can't name more than 4 strikers better than Osimhen, honestly. And you guys know me, I've watched Osimhen. I have video evidence of me watching him win the Scudetto 4 years ago in Naples. Not be today we they watch this our star player. Shout out to Faria for the kind words. Says excellent. You got all the info. My brother or sister, we try, man. We try to bring this information to you for your listening pleasure. No active slide. Okay, everybody's in now. Everybody's in now. Okay, I think we are ready to go with the quiz. So I'm going to kick off the quiz. By the way, shout out to Tolu Odeneye every time. My best friend, always showing up and showing out for us. I'm making these things happen for us. So we want to say a big thank you to him. Okay, for this quiz, I want to see if I can double check the amount of time per quiz. But everybody's ready? Okay, we have 14 people in. When I press start, the quiz is officially going to start. So, thanks for sticking with me to the end. Here's how we're going to end the show. I just want to do a quick 12-question quiz to recap the new season. Make sure it will be a 20-second or 30-second timer to answer the question. Starting in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First question. Victor Osimhen won the 2025-2026 Turkish Super League title with which club? If any of you don't get this one, then honestly, I don't know what we are doing on the channel. And you have 20 seconds to answer. 10 people have answered. 4 people are slow. Come on. Speed it up. Okay, fantastic. If anybody did not get that one, I would have said there's fire on the mountain. So, guys, remember, there is a 20-second gap. I know it feels too short, but everybody here is a seasoned community member. So I expect your ball knowledge to be top. Okay, next one. Which Nigerian striker scored both goals as Trabzonspor won the 2025/2026 Turkish Cup final? Is it Ako Adams? Is it Osimhen? Is it Polonuachu? 8 people have answered. 9 have answered. Quick. Okay, see why I love this community. And the answer is, of course, the one and only Polo Onuachu. Rafael Edika won the 2026 Belgian Pro League title with which club? Is it Standard Liège? Is it 2 Club Brugge? Or is it Union Saint-Gilloise? 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Get those answers in. And the answer is, of course, community too savvy. Of course, the answer is Club Brugge, where Rafael Edika won his second league title in 3 seasons. Okay, moving on quickly to question 4. Which 2 Super Eagles players won the 2025-2026 Portugal Primeira Liga title with Porto? So you get to select 2 answers for this question. If I talk too much, I'll give it away. I feel like these first 4 questions are like warm up. Shout out to the gang. I don't think a single community member has missed a single question. Of course, the answer was Terry Murphy after his loan from OG Nice in January. And of course, Zedu Sanusi, the serial winner at Porto. Okay, 5th question, lads. Kelechi Iheanacho won the 2026 Scottish Premier League title with which club? Hearts, Rangers, or Celtic? Get those answers in quickly. Who are the 4 people that have not bothered to answer? You bothered to enter the quiz, but you not bothered to answer. Shout out to the tribe, man. 100 from 100 so far from everybody. Of course, it was Celtic after their dramatic last game winner over Hearts, with Dyson Maeda scoring a last-minute goal and Kelechi clinching the first title of his career. How many goals did Ako Adams score for Sevilla last season? To verify, in La Liga, I believe he only scored all his goals in La Liga. Was it 9? Was it 10? Was it 11? I think this may be the first one that some people stumble on. Okay, we got a range, but 64% of the community chose 10 goals. And shout out to the 64% of you. So 2/3 of everyone got the question right. Ako Adams did indeed score 10 league goals last season. I remember I celebrated him reaching double figures towards the end of the campaign. Okay, we are halfway through the quiz. Shout out to everybody for staying. How many clean sheets did Maduka Okoye have last season for Udinese? If you listen today, I mentioned the number of clean sheets in today's episode. I literally mentioned it today. Let's see who was listening. Get those answers in. I am very hopeful majority of the people got this one right. Yes, you are correct. Maduka Okoye got 10 clean sheets in 28 Serie A appearances, which is one of the best ratios among any goalkeeper in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So fantastic achievement. Okay, 5 more questions to go. Let's go. Frank Onyeka helped which club win the 2026 EFL Championship title? Was it Ipswich Town? Was it Coventry City? Was it Hull City? Everyone on the community should definitely get this question correct today. I am hoping we get 100% answer rates. I am glad to have gotten the 100% answer rate. Of course, Franco Eka moved to Coventry City after AFCON and proceeded to change their fortunes. Yes, they were first, but he added another dimension and they ended up running away with the league with 90 points on the board, 94 goals scored, and they absolutely took the piss out of the championship, becoming the first team in over 7 years to win the championship without parachute payments. For anybody that doesn't know what parachute payments are, every year when relegated sides go down to the championship, to soften the blow of the loss of revenue from the Premier League, the Premier League will give the 3 relegated sides parachute payments for the first 2 years following relegation. So this is the first time that a team without parachute payments has won the league since Leeds United did in 2019 before they signed Rafinha. Sorry, 2020. All right, final 4 questions. Semi Ajayi returned to the Premier League after Hull City won the Championship playoff final against which side? Who did Hull play in the final? Was it Millwall? Was it Southampton? Was it Middlesbrough? I would love to see the answers to this one. I think we have a very, very alert community. The answer was, in fact, Middlesbrough. After 9 questions, we have FBV, Adeola, Oluwatobi. I do not want to kill myself in Jesus' name. And the bootleg Uluoke, all on 9 for 9. Shout out to everybody. This is going to be a race of speed. FBV's been answering these questions he has answered all 9 questions in a total of 1 minute and 12 seconds. That's a speed merchant. Let's see out of the top 5 who can end up winning the quiz based on their speed for the last 3 questions. All right, guys, final 3 questions is a question of speed. Fill the blank in. Aquadam senior career. Songdao, Lilstrom, Blank, and Sevilla. This is a good tiebreaker. Is it 1, Lille? Is it Paris FC? Or is it Montpellier? We shall say. Who remains with the 100% record? The people are hot too. Shout out to all 78% who correctly mentioned Montpellier. That was correct. His first season at Montpellier, he scored 9 goals in the league before he got injured. Second season was a disaster for the entire club. They got relegated. But of course, I've seen with Adams, he needs to stop playing for relegated teams. But he's a survivor. We'll give him that. Okay, final 2 questions, guys, that we could go home. Terry Murphy joined Porto in January 2026 from which League One club? Is it Nantes? Is it OG Nice? Is it Rennes? I have mentioned the club literally within the last 30 minutes. Come on, guys. Everyone should be getting this one. As usual, community with the ball knowledge. I expected nothing less. Okay, last question, guys. For the tiebreaker, Zedu Sanusi has now won 2 league titles with Porto. From which club did he originally sign for Porto back in 2020? If you're an OG Nigerian Football Weekly listener, you know the season where I covered him playing for one of these clubs. Is it Casapia? Is it Aruca? Or is it Santa Clara? Come on, guys. Make me happy. Oh, no. Oh, no. We still saw 2 out of 3 of our community get the correct answer with Santa Clara. And after 12 out of 12 questions, I can reveal. We gotta do a drum roll. For the start of the season ball Noah winner of the start of the season quiz, Oluwatobi, let's go! That was fantastic work. With a total of 1 minute and 56 seconds, Oluwatobi answered all the questions. Unlucky, I won't kill myself. You got 12 for 12 as well. But maybe it's the negative words used for your name that led to the loss of that quiz. But I appreciate you all for joining. Shout out to Adeola. I love the ball knowledge. FBV, shout to you. The Oloke imposter, you did not let me down. Well done, well done, well done. And guys, that is it for this episode of the Nigeria Football Weekly. I want to say a big thank you to everybody for rocking with me for almost 2.5 hours. I do not take these things for granted. It means the world to me. And obviously, we're trying to do our best to make sure the community know that we appreciate you. Whether it's monthly quizzes for our members and we can give away prizes, I am trying to figure everything out. On Thursday, I will do my usual live stream. I'm not sure yet, but you guys know I like to preview the start of the season. But as I said, we're going through a editor change. But I want everybody to give a big thank you to my cousin, Chukwuemeka Danchigalu. He has been our editor on this channel for 2.5 years, if not more. And honestly, he has been a big factor in how we have been able to scale the podcast and do a lot of the work. Everything you see behind the scenes that comes out, social media, the YouTube clips that we drop after live stream, the YouTube shorts, please say a big thank you to Emeka for me. If you know any good editors, preferably in Nigeria, because I like to keep it close to Nigeria so we can also help the people in Nigeria, please get them to send an email to me at olu@nigeriafootballweekly.com. Make sure they have a portfolio. That would be much appreciated. But we are in the market for a new editor for the channel. Today is officially the last live stream with Emeka running controls in behind. Every time you see me get an overlay, every time you see me say I'm just about to change something, or when I say, look over here, you're going to see this information, that is all Chukwuemeka. So shout out to my cousin Chukwuemeka. Emeka, we appreciate you for all your efforts on the channel. God bless you. May God increase you in your new endeavors. May you succeed and flourish. Emeka is Gen Z, so we wish the Gen Z well in whatever endeavors they're going through. But if you guys know anybody, please make sure to tell them to send me an email to olu@nigeriafootballweekly.com. But I just want to say a big thank you to everybody. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to everybody that's taken the time out of the day to be on the live stream. Asian SCN, Dr. Rowley, Kehinde Familoni, right footed left back, Toby Wells, Anu, Aaron, everybody, Michelle, Abimbola, OGs, community members. I appreciate you all. Remember, you can watch out for the live streams, and I like to do these overlays so that anybody can check the sections you want to listen to, in case you don't want to listen to Oloke speaking for 150 minutes. But clearly, Oloke loves to open his mouth, and we try to keep doing our research. All the research you see on this paper, when you see me coming to talk to you, it's also Emeka. Obviously, at the beginning, I was doing everything myself, but as we expand, we try to make things better. So I want you guys to know that, please, nothing changes. The live streams will definitely go ahead on Monday. I'll try to figure out social media elements. But for now, just know that on Thursday, let me even confirm this Thursday while we're here so that I don't sell dreams to the listenership that I cannot cash in. To be fair, we've just done the preview of the season. So it's unlikely I'll do a live stream on Thursday. I think I've done enough previewing for the season. But of course, next week, Monday, look out. We'll still get some of this content out for you. So look out for the chopped up videos because Emeka is officially still with us until tomorrow night. So we'll take the last 24 hours of what we could get. But I just want to say a big thank to the listenership. Please, thank you for all the support. We're this close, 15,000 subscribers. And when I say this close, I mean this close. We are literally 108 subscribers away from hitting 15,000 subscribers. I do not take it for granted. Some people, 15,000 is nothing. But we never despise days of humble beginnings. February last year, we had less than 1,000 subscribers. Oluoke did this podcast for over 4 years with less than 1,000 subscribers. So that is why when you see me still saying thank you, God, for everything, thank you guys for your support getting us 15,000, is because I know how far this journey don't take. Nigeria is not as exciting to talk about as people think. Yes, we think we are big, the same way the average Nigerian thinks we are more important as a country than we are. All of you that live in or work for multinationals, wherever you are, I'm sure that's when you understand that economically, Nigeria needs to become important again. Then they'll take us seriously. But it is a passion and pride project. I love Nigeria and the Super Eagles more than almost anything in the world. Even Arsenal that I love in my heart, I am almost ashamed to say I love Super Eagles more than Arsenal. Oluoke does, yes, me. If they say pick between Premier League and winning the World Cup in Nigeria, I know what I'll pick. Even AFCON for Nigeria is almost same as winning Premier League for Arsenal. But I just want to say, you guys make it worth it because it's not the most glamorous topic. I could have made this Arsenal Football Weekly. I could have made this Premier League chat. I am very aware that we do our research and we can talk football all the time. But I wanted this to be a specialist Nigeria Football Weekly channel for a reason. Because as you can see from the NFF, if nobody cares, those people will not care. So I want to say a big thank you once again. I'm going to carry my ass to go and run right now because I must do it. It's Monday and we must push. But thank you guys for giving me the strength. I am appreciating all of you guys. You guys make it worth it. Even in the moments where there's downturns or whatever it may be, we keep going. And I appreciate all the validation. We're also looking at potential sponsors. We're now getting a few people hit us up more and more. Like I said, it's because of you guys that we are even getting the likes of Obi-Wan Podcast trying to collaborate with us. Nobody has spoken with me yet too, but still, they posted Okocha and they said collaborate with Nigeria Football Weekly. Same thing with Femi Aziz and Otokonko's agency, Arete Limited. I did not ask them. I did not beg them, but they clearly see the work, and it is down to you guys. So I just want to say a big thank you to community. You guys are fantastic. God bless you all. As Raftel left back said, big up Olugusa must go. GMG. GMG. To be well, shout out for you not letting my name down. Or were you I want to kill myself. I'll try and do a monthly quiz, guys. I think it could be fun. Maybe we'll do like a monthly quiz recap for the gang. And then we can make it like based on, like now, August is here. Maybe August is too soon. Maybe after the international break in September, we'll do a September one. And then take it like that for the community. I just want to say my final thank yous. Brightening for Femi Aziz. I love to hear that. Let's see that. Thank you, Aaron, for the kind words for Emeka. Oh, I'm so sorry about the browser thing. I know we go again next time, and I'd love to make sure it's 30 minutes. Shout out Adeola. Honestly, we love Spy Eagles so much, man. I appreciate you so much. Aaron, thank you so much for the kind words. And I am even more excited to hear that you just ran a mile. Well done. Let me go and get my 5K in the system. In fact, I'm so excited because work has been showing me wahala, so I haven't had time to focus. So that's amazing to hear. Guys, health is wealth. Always, do not worry. Even me, for so many years of my life, I survived on swag and fine boy while I was overweight, but never again. Now we can wear the medium jersey with swag. And don't worry, give me to December, 6-pack loading. So everybody, if you need anything or any kind of stuff, even about fitness, I'm not an expert too. I've just lost 14 kilos and I know what I'm doing. Sometimes heartbreak will help. But we thank God we are still going again. We're still free agent too. We have not signed terms anywhere. So, we'll keep looking at the prospects and determine the best club to sign to. We'll determine the contract years and if we need to make a lifetime commitment. But shout out to community for everything and for the joy you guys bring. Everybody have a fantastic week and enjoy the return of the Premier League. Make sure you tune in at 8 p.m. on Friday to watch the Premier League champions for your own good or for FPL reasons. God bless. Good luck to everybody. And we are back again. 2026-2027 football season. Shout out to everybody. Until next time, I'll be also okay. Take care. Peace out. And ciao. Ciao.